Starting pitcher for tonight's ball game, the left-hander from Fresno State, Moose Cuellar. The Blues are led by Dean Trainer. He is assisted by Brian Trainer, Rene Regalado.
It's a beautiful day here in San Luis Obispo, the last Friday of regular season play, and the fans are showing out for their Blues team. I'm joined here by Jacob Lee. My name is Addy Daudet, and we'll be in the box with y'all tonight. Jacob Lee, a familiar name to most of you all. If you were tuning into the games last week, he took over for me while I was out of town for a period of time, and now you get us both. So hopefully a good game today for the both of us, and of course our boys in blue out on the field. The starting pitcher for the Blues today, it's Moose Cuellar. Moose, a fan favorite here at Sinsheimer. Always exciting to see him take the mound. It's been a while since we've been back home and seen Moose on the mound, so it's a treat for all of you watching and the fans here at Sinsheimer tonight.
Yeah, last Friday I got the opportunity to watch Moose in action up at Menlo Park. He threw 5 innings of 2-hit, 1-run ball, couple walks. He enters today 2-0 with a 2.86 ERA. Lefty has a 3-pitch mix. He'll look to establish that zone early. And if the Blues can get the depth and length from him in this game that they did last week, they will be well on their way to a victory here against Conejo.
It's the second game against the Conejo Oaks. The Blues headed down to Ventura College last night to take on the Oaks at their home field. They beat them 10-3 over 9 hits and no errors versus the Oaks 9 hits and 5 errors, which really set apart the two teams in last night's game. A little look at the lineup for the Conejo Oaks tonight. Similar to what we saw yesterday, it's Brendan Contreras. He'll lead it off, followed by Zach Nagy, James Latshaw in the 4 spot. Hitting cleanup, it's going to be Caden Stillwell, followed by Matthew Whitcow in the number 6. It's Danny Aguilera. The catcher, Aiden Boyles, hits 7th. Hitting in the 8th spot is going to be the center fielder, Tyler Antwine. And hitting in the 9th spot for the Conejo Oaks, it's Zach Mora. First pitch comes in at 6:04 p.m. It's a beautiful summer afternoon here at 76 degrees at Sidensheimer Park. Wind is blowing as usual out to left field. First pitch to the leadoff batter, Contreras, ball one. That one's gonna come in, miss outside to Contreras for ball number 2. Last night's win made it number 30 for the Blues. That one's hit hard to the left side of the field. Going back is Dom Nahar. He will make the catch, and that is the first out here at Sidensheimer Park. The first in the game so far today. Let's take a little look at the fielding for the Blues today. The battery for the day is Sean Rivas and, of course, Moose Cuellar on the mound. From first to third, it's Moran, Gonzalez, Murillo, and Comerford. From left to right, Nahar, Chavez, and Becker. The designated hitter today is going to be Ethan Johnson. First pitch, Zach Nagy is going to send it right up the middle of the field, dropping in front of Chavez in center. And that'll be a base hit for Zach Nagy. Nagy, who hit in the 7 spot in last night's game. 2 singles, a ground out, and a fly out to wrap up his day. And he leads the game off for the Conejo Oaks with a single to shallow center. With that, we'll see James Latshaw to the plate, the designated hitter. Fouls the first one off over the first base side foul. Latshaw, who we did not see in the game yesterday, a little bit of a last-minute addition to the roster, to the lineup today. Originally it was Tyson Reese, who we did see yesterday. He was supposed to be hitting in that 3 spot as a designated hitter. Last-minute changeup, and that puts Latshaw at the plate now. The count is 1-1. There's 1 out and 1 runner on base. We saw in the game yesterday that that one swung on high, and that'll fall foul again over the first base side for strike number 2. We saw in last night's game the Conejo Oaks came out hard early in the bottom of the first inning. Here it'll be the top of the first. A single to lead off the game, followed by 3 outs. We see Contreras out with a fly out to left to lead it off here. And Zach Nagy now stands on first. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and sent foul to the screen over on the first base side. A battle from James Latshaw at the plate. The count is 1-2. Off goes Nagy. That one's going to get away from the catcher, and Nagy will take second. And just like that, a runner in scoring position for the Conejo Oaks.
Yeah, pitch just ran a little bit inside. Rivas could not handle it, and Nagy was on the move. As soon as Cuellar kicked and fired, he was going to get that bag if Rivas didn't secure the baseball.
Speed over there in Zach Nagy, an aggressive base runner for the Conejo Oaks, especially early on here in the game. That one's going to be fouled off to the screen. Latshaw, who's not looking to lose this one to Moose Cuellar. Coming out aggressive, fighting off a lot of pitches, being smart in his at-bat, especially now with a runner in scoring position. 2 balls and 2 strikes. At the plate is James Latshaw. On second, Zach Nagy. The 2-2 gets away once again from the pitcher, and Zach Nagy will advance to third on a wild pitch.
2 wild pitches from Cuellar here early. He's got to establish that zone, minimize those mistakes in the zone, not give up any more free bases here.
It'll be a stolen base for Nagy to second and then a wild pitch to get him to first. It was a wild pitch that kind of gave the insurance for Nagy to get to second, but he had taken off before the ball had gone away from Moose Cuellar. So it'll be a stolen base for him today early on here. And the count is full to James Latshaw. The pitch is swung on hard over to the left side of the field. It's Dom Nahar tracing back. He'll make the catch. Tagging up is Zach Nagy, and he will step on home safe. The first run for the game, it's Zach Nagy. And sac fly out from James Latshaw after an incredibly aggressive at-bat. And the Oaks score one on 2 outs.
Pretty much exactly the start the Oaks needed to get off to.
With that, they'll see Caden Stillwell to the plate.
Now have the opening run here. First pitch to Stillwell is just inside on a fastball for a ball.
First pitch, a ball to Stillwell. Stillwell out in left field today. We saw him yesterday as well as he hits that one the other way to right field. Coming in is both the second baseman Gonzalez and Kyle Becker out in right field, neither of them making the play. That'll drop in for a base hit, and Stillwell stands on first.
Hitting the ball into no man's land in the first inning. You saw Zach Nagy.
Stillwell, sorry.
Tough play to get to for both. Gonzalez and Becker kind of landed in no man's land there in the Bermuda Triangle, as they call it. First baseman CJ Moran didn't even bother giving chase, but just a hard play to come up with if you're Becker out there in right field, shaded toward left field.
Yeah, we always talk about how hard it is to hit it out here at Sinsheimer. The wind really does affect the way that that ball moves, especially at this time of day. These 6 o'clock games, the first couple of innings, the sun's still up, the wind's still pumping. Balls kind of go wherever they want to go. I mean, there's not a lot of control in the air in that sense. And we've seen quite a bit throughout the season on both the blue side and on their opponents, getting a little lucky with where those balls drop. I mean, that one just perfectly placed right in between both the second baseman and right fielder. No way either of those two were going to get to that one. The count is 0-2 at the plate now. It's Matthew Whitcow. 0-2. Just misses away for ball 1 to Matthew Whitcow. Whitcow we saw in the game yesterday as well. A single in the second paired with a fly out and ground out, and then an RBI double to give the Conejo Oaks their second run of the game. The deuces are wild. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner stands on first. It's Caden Stillwell, the Conejo Oaks, who have already scored 1 here in the top half of the first inning. The pitch just misses outside, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's Matthew Whitcow at the plate. Cuellar needing to control his command just a little bit here. 3-2, swung on and hit over to the left side of the field. It's CJ Moran who will field it and touch his own base. And it sounds like that one was foul. And a little confused on what's going on here. CJ Moran literally standing frozen down to the first base line. And it looks like that one was called foul.
Yeah, he picked it up in fair ground. I don't know if there was a signal from that field umpire there right away, but confusion all around down there on the field, all parties involved.
Unless this one-hopped outside of the field of play before we saw CJ Moran field it, it was then a foul ball. So it looks like that'll be foul for Whitcow. He'll get another life. He'll send that one back up the middle. It's Cuellar who's going to field it, toss it to first, and that will be out number 3 here in the top of the first inning. Sorry for the confusion there, folks. Nevertheless, the Conejo Oaks score 1 run off of 2 hits. no errors, and 1 runner left on base. It's the top of the first inning. We will see the Blues swing the bats for the first time today when we get back. The Conejo Oaks score 1 run in the top half of the first inning. It was a sac fly by James Latshaw to score. Zach Nagy scores 1-0 as we head into the bottom half of the first inning. First batter to the plate will be Cesar Chavez, center fielder, and he will face Kolkowski on the mound.
Scored 6 runs in the 7th inning, by which time Kolkowski had long been out
It's
of the game.
Jaden Kolkowski. He'll be the starting pitcher for the Oaks. First pitch is going to be a fastball low at 87 miles per hour for ball 1.
Yeah, these Blues hitters can expect a 3-pitch mix from Kolkowski. Fastball, curveball change. Enters today 0-3 with an 8.85 ERA.
That one's going to be hit sky high in the infield. It's the second baseman, Mora, who's going to make the catch for out number 1. That'll be the first out here for the Blues. And bring up the number 2 guy, CJ Moran. It's a pretty similar lineup. We'll show it to you guys here in just a moment's time. A pretty similar lineup to what we've been seeing lately from the Blues. They've really settled in, especially here in the second half of the season. And as we start to trickle into playoff time, getting the regular players as many at-bats as we can before next week starts, and the Blues are playing for a win every day. It's 1 ball and no strikes to CJ Moran, first baseman for the Blues. That one's going to be hit hard the other way down the left field line. Brandon Contreras is going over. He's going to make the catch on the run for out number 2. CJ Moran flies out to left field. That one really pushing. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, that wind is pumping it hard out to left field. Contreras doing a good job of tracking that one down, making the catch on the run. That brings up the third baseman. It's Brendan Comerford. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch misses low and outside.
Brendan Comerford had a good day at the plate yesterday. He doubled in the 3rd against the Oaks.
Jaden Kolkowski on the mound for the Oaks. That one's going to be sent foul over the first base side. Kolkowski, a right-handed pitcher from Moore Park College. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Comerford. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 swung on for strike number 2. Brendan Comerford in last night's game with 2 strikeouts. It was 1 looking in the 7th and 1 swinging in the 8th, but of course can't ignore that double he had in the 3rd. He eventually scored on a sac ground up by Murillo. That one's gonna miss low and outside for ball 2, and once again the deuces are wild. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. To Brendan Comerford.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
The 2-2 misses low and outside, and that's ball 3. The count is full. Brendan Comerford at the plate with 2 outs, and a full count from Jaden Kolkowski. The full count pitch, and that's going to miss outside for ball 4. Brendan Comerford, the first Blues batter to the bases in the game today, and that brings up Ethan Johnson, the unofficial dog of the day for the Blues yesterday. He went 4 for 4 with a 4-pitch walk. The designated hitter, a little bit of the new guy. It's just his 4th game with the Blues.
Yeah, comes to us from the University of Missouri. Did not see action this past season as a freshman, but he hails from San Jose, as do I, Bay Area native.
Off goes Comerford for second. He'll dive in head first. That one's going to trickle into center field, but he will stay at second. It'll be a stolen base for Brendan Comerford, and just like that, the Blues with a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first inning, and Ethan Johnson at the plate. The count to Johnson, 0-1. It's Johnson's 3rd game against the Conejo Oaks. His 5th game in total now with the Blues. 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnson yesterday singled in the 2nd. It was the first hit and first base runner of the game, as well as the first run scored. And then singled again in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, singled in the 7th, and then singled again in the 9th. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not, so that'll be ball 2. The count is 2-1 to the designated hitter, Ethan Johnson. Comerford over on second. Checking his shoulder is Kolkowski. The pitch home is hit hard to the other side. The left fielder will make the catch in the air, moving just a few paces to the left. And that will be out number 3 here in the bottom of the first. And that'll be it for the first inning of play here. It's the Blues versus the Conejo Oaks. The Oaks leading 1-0. It's the top of the second inning here at Sinsheimer Stadium. The Blues are taking on the Conejo Oaks. It's their second time playing them in this 2-game series. They played yesterday at Ventura College. The Blues taking the game 10-3 so far today. The Oaks have scored 1 in the top half of the first to the Blues 0. At the plate now is the first baseman, Danny Aguilera. First pitch to him will be a ball. On the mound is Moose Cuellar. The 1-0 down the middle for a strike 1. That one coming in at 89 miles per hour from Cuellar on the mound. The 1-1 scoots back for ball 1. Sorry, for ball 2. Count is 2-1. Aguilar over at first today. The 2-1 swung on a hit over to Brendan Comerford at third. A little hop and a skip. He'll send that one to first, and that will be out number 1. A routine ground out for Brendan Comerford over at third base. Sends that one across the field to CJ Moran. It's a pretty routine play for both of the guys who have kind of established those corner spots. Comerford over at third and Moran at first. We've seen Ethan Johnson, the designated hitter for the Blues, step into that spot over at first a few times for for CJ Moran. But Moran will be back there once again today. At the plate now, it's the catcher, Aiden Voiles. First pitch to him, a ball. This one's going to be swung on over to Murillo at shortstop, fielded and tossed back over to Moran, and that will be out number 2. Back-to-back ground outs to the left side of the infield for the first 2 outs here in the top of the second.
Tough pitcher for the...
Yeah, Murillo showed some great range on that play. Charged the ball as they teach you as a youth player. Meet the ball in the infield grass, made the easy throw over. At this level, sidearm is kind of the norm, charging in on that baseball. Get the ball out of your glove quickly.
We've seen a lot of athletic and impressive plays by Murillo over there at shortstop. A little bit of a brick wall over there. He's makes some athletic plays that you wouldn't always expect someone to make, and he gets it done just as he's doing again here today. At the plate now, it's Tyler Antwine. That one's going to be swung back over to Murillo. It looks like Comerford is going to be the one to field it. He'll slice it over to first, a little off the bag, and Moran keeps his foot on, a big stretch, and that is out number 3. A ground out to the third baseman for the first out, then to the shortstop for the second, and back over to Comerford at third for the third out. And the Blues face just the minimum in the top of the second inning, and they'll get a chance to swing their bats again when we get back. It's the bottom of the second inning. The Blues face just the minimum in the top half, facing the 6, 7, and 8 guy. Up to the plate now will be Diego Murillo. But first, let's take a look at the batting order for the San Luis Obispo Blues. We saw Cesar Chavez, CJ Moran, Brennan Comerford, and Ethan Johnson to the plate in the first inning. In the 5 spot will be Diego Murillo, followed by Kyle Becker and Sean Rivas. Hitting 8th is Diego Gonzalez. And rounding out the order for the Blues is Dom Nahar. But first up, it's the shortstop, Diego Murillo, who will face Jaden Kolkowski on the mound.
Yeah, Murillo, a redshirt senior over at Cal Poly Pomona, was in the lineup daily this past season.
He's going to hit that one hard up the middle of the field. Going back is Tyler Antoine. He'll make the catch, and that will be out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
Kolkowski working efficiently thus far, aside from the walk in the first. Spotless for him.
That'll bring up Kyle Becker to the plate. Becker out in right field today. We've seen him quite a bit, but it's been Kosei Suzuki who's kind of established that spot out there. Unfortunately, Suzuki is out of the game today on an injury, but that one's going to be laced over to right field from Kyle Becker, and that'll be a base hit off the first pitch he sees from Kolkowski here in the second.
Yeah, great piece of hitting from Becker. Inside out swing, puts it down the line. Early base runners for the Blues is the name of the game here tonight.
Sean Rivas will come to the plate with just 1 out and a runner on first. Rivas, the catcher for the Blues today. In the last couple of games, we've seen Mater step to the plate. We've seen Kevin Spear, as we did yesterday. And now we'll see Sean Rivas. Last time he played was on the 23rd of July against the Conejo Oaks. Sorry, make that July 12th against the Academy Barons. Count is 0-1 to Sean Rivas. Pitch is swung up the middle of the field. That one will land in for a base hit. He'll move Kyle Becker to second. The Blues with a runner in scoring position and another on first here in the bottom of the second. They're chasing 1 run. The score 1-0.
That's what the Blues need, is stringing together hits, minimizing those left on bases that we saw a couple weeks ago after the winning streak was snapped, is that inability to get those runners home. But a great start here for San Luis Obispo in the second inning.
And we've seen a lot of consistency from the second half of the order for the Blues in the last couple of days. Usually in that second inning, second and third inning, we kind of see them dominate quite a bit at the plate, really doing a good job of stringing those runs together and getting the top of the order back up in the lineup. At the plate now, it's Diego Gonzalez, the second baseman. The count 1-0. First pitch is swung on high out into left field. It'll actually fall into the infield, and the shortstop will make the catch for out number 2.
Coming to the plate now.
That brings up the bottom of the order for the Blues. It's Dom Nahar, the birthday boy for the Blues. It's his 21st birthday, and he's celebrating it here at Sinsheimer Stadium, looking for a birthday win.
I'm sure he'd love a birthday 2-out RBI as well. Kyle Becker out there on second, calling his name. Get me into home plate.
First pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. It's Kyle Becker on second. Sean Rivas stands on first. At the plate, it's Dom Nahar. The count 1-0. Checking his shoulder to Becker, who's swaying back and forth over at second. That one's going to be hit on to the other side of the field, out of the way of the second baseman. Round comes Kyle Becker. The throw will go to third. Down is Sean Rivas, and the Blues score. Birthday wishes answered. Dom Nahar, an RBI single. He scores Kyle Becker, and Sean Rivas advances to third.
Great piece of hitting by the birthday boy. Checked his outfielders, knew where they were shaded. Conejo was playing him to his opposite field, but was able to find that right center field gap.
And just like that, the top of the order, back at the plate, it's Cesar Chavez. He'll come up with 2 outs and runners on the corner. Chavez, who popped out to the second baseman in his first outing, he'll see strike 1 early. Middle infield pushed back to the outfield grass. Sean Rivas creeping down the third base line. The 0-1 is swung on and missed for strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's the bottom of the second. The game is tied up thanks to Dom Nahar, who now stands on first. Here's the pitch. That one swung hard. It's going to go to the left side of the field. Coming in is Antoine, the center fielder. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 3. Well, the Blues leave 2 on, but not before they score 1 more run off of 3 hits in the second inning. The score is now tied 1-1. We'll head into the top of the third here on the Blues Streaming Network. It's the top of the third inning. The Blues with a new pitcher. It's Arturo Bercero. It's his 3rd appearance with the Blues so far on the season. He'll come in for Moose Cuellar, who pitched the first 2 innings. And to start it off, he will face the number 9 batter for the Conejo Oaks. It's Zach Mora, the second baseman. The game is now tied here at Sinsheimer. The Blues score 1 more run. It was an RBI single from Dom Nahar to score Kyle Becker to tie it up in the bottom of the second. The first pitch we'll see is swung on over the head of Brendan Comerford, trickling into left field, and that will be a base hit for Zach Mora.
Mora wasting no time against the new pitcher. Turns on that one and puts it over Comerford's glove to get the leadoff man on for the Oaks here in the third.
Comerford with the effort over there at third base, just unable to get to it in time. And that brings up the top of the order. It's Brandon Contreras at the plate. A runner stands on first. Becerra on the mound. He'll throw over. The tag not in time from CJ Moran. He'll be safe over on first. Contreras, the left fielder who flew out to center in the top of the first inning. He'll another throw over to first. Will not be in time. Mora safe on first. Becerra. The first pitch will be swung on and sent foul over the third base side out into the parking lot. And that will be strike one. Becerra, who's thrown 3 pitches here so far in this game. He throws over to first once again, and throw will not be in time. No balls and 1 strike. It's the top of the order, Contreras at the plate, facing the new pitcher, Arturo Becerra. That one's gonna miss high for ball 1.
Moore's over there on first base dancing around. They've picked off 3 times now. What he's doing is he's moving his feet when the pitch, before the pitch is thrown, so he can get that momentum towards second base when that ball enters the hitting zone. Great work by the 9-hitter to try to get the new pitcher off balance. There's another pickoff move.
Becerra obviously a little unhappy with letting up that hit down the third base side of the field for his first pitch of the game. He's really attacking Zach Moore heavily over there. That one's going to be swung on over to the left side once again. It's Dom Nahar coming in. He'll make the catch. There'll be no tag from Mora, so he'll head back to first, and that'll be out number 1 here in the top of the third.
Nahar lost the hat in the process of making that play, but birthday boy does what he wants. Lose the lid, let the lettuce show a little bit, and make the play.
That brings up Zach Nagy to the plate. The first hit, first base runner, and first run scored for the Oaks today. It was him in the top of the first inning. The first pitch is going to be called a strike to Zach Nagy. Check swing. He did not go. That'll be ball number 1. Coming in at 86 miles per hour. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. The game tied 1-1. Pitch is hit down the other way. Mora will jump over the ball heading for second, and that will be a base hit into right field for Zach Nagy. Back-to-back singles so far today, and a runner in scoring position for the Oaks. That'll bring up the designated hitter, James Latshaw. Nagy sending that one right in between the first and second baseman. First pitch to Latshaw, a called strike 1.
Early jam here on the bases for San Luis Obispo, and Becerra freshly into the game, looking to mitigate the damage here and keep this game tied.
0-1 is going to head over to Comerford. He's going to send it to second and then over to first. It'll be in time. A double play here in the top of the third. Brendan Comerford sends that one over to Diego Gonzalez at second to get out Zach Nagy, and sent right over to Moran at first for James Latshaw. And that is it for the top of the third inning. The Conejo Oaks score no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We'll head into the bottom half of the inning when we get back here on the Blues Streaming Network. It's the bottom of the third inning. The game is tied 1-1. The Blues end the top half of the inning with a double play. They leave just one runner on base, no runs scored. Let's take a little look at the fielding for the Conejo Oaks. Over at first is Danny Aguilera, followed by Zach Moore at third, Matthew Whitcow, the shortstop, Zach Nagy. From left to right, it's Brandon Contreras, Tyler Antwine, and Caden Stillwell. The battery for the day, it's Aiden Voiles in the squad and Jaden Kolkowski on the mound, the designated hitter, James Latshaw. To the plate here in the bottom of the third, it's going to be CJ Moran to lead it off. He flew out to left in the bottom of the first. First pitch to him will miss low for ball number 1. The Blues battling for the 1 spot against the Walnut Creek Crawdads in the Northern Division. That one's going to be swung on and over the head of the second baseman into right center field. A base hit for CJ Moran and a leadoff base runner for the Blues here in the bottom of the third.
Saw 3 hits last inning. That's another great piece by the 2-hole Moran. Will set the table for Brendan Comerford, the CCL All-Star. Homered in the All-Star game, which was up at the Reno Aces Stadium on July 4th. What a better way to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
Brendan Comerford at the plate. First pitch is a called strike 1. A big hit for CJ Moran, not just because the Blues have a leadoff base runner here in a tied game in the bottom of the third. It's also his first hit since Saturday against the Foresters. The first baseman needing a little bit of security there, and that base hit will do it for him. Quickly, there are 2 strikes to Brendan Comerford. The count 0-2. That one's going to be swung hard the other way. Going back is the left fielder, Contreras. That ball will drop to the wall. Off the wall is the throw into home. A diving play by CJ Moran. That one's going to get away, and Moran is safe at home. A RBI double for Brendan Comerford. That one all the way back to the wall out in left field. Contreras attempting to get that ball home. CJ Moran making his way all the way from first. A head first dive, and the ball jumping out of the glove of the catcher Voiles. And the Blues score another run. They now take the lead here in the bottom of the third.
Great piece of hitting there from Comerford, and you saw it there. Moran, all 6'2", of him, was on his horse from first base, took that third base turn and got the wave. Blues go ahead by 1.
A runner now stands on second for Ethan Johnson. Brendan Comerford pulling that one the other way out into left. That ball's going to be hit up the middle of the field. It'll trickle in to center. Comerford going home. He will step on home with no throw, and that'll be an RBI single for Ethan Johnson. The Blues score another run here in the bottom of the third inning. The Blues, when they pull their swings together, when they get their runners on base, they have a way of capitalizing, especially in those kind of back-to-back moments. They have their momentum and they really hold on to it, especially playing at home with the crowd and being one of the last games that they'll play here at home. And that brings Diego Murillo to the plate.
Home field advantage definitely a factor for the Blues, with packing out this place every night, and of course discounted beer for the fans.
That one swung the other way into right field. It'll be a base hit for Diego Murillo, and he'll move Ethan Johnson over to second. Another runner in scoring position for the Blues. Kyle Becker to the plate. Singled in the second inning, scored off of an RBI single from Dom Nahar. A little mound visit to the pitcher from his catcher, Aiden Voiles. Voiles will walk back to behind home plate. Kyle Becker, the right fielder for the Blues today, in for Kosei Suzuki, who sprained his ankle in the dugout down at Ventura College, a drain hole that caught his ankle and twisted it. Apparently very big, very swollen, out for at least today and possibly the rest of the season. 1 ball and no strikes. It's Kyle Becker at the plate. First baseman on the infield grass. The pitch is swung on for strike number 2. There's no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Blues, who have already scored 2 with 2 runners on, 1 on second. Pitch misses high for ball number 2. The count runs even. Ethan Johnson on second, Murillo on first. That one's going to miss high. Once again, that'll be the 3rd straight ball. The count is 3-1.
And if you're Kolkowski, this is not exactly what you want. I mean, the first 4 batters for San Luis Obispo reach base, 4 hits. Now you run the count full, getting down there into the middle of the order.
3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, and Kyle Becker will draw a walk, and just like that, the bases are loaded. Ethan Johnson will advance to 3rd, Diego Murillo to 2nd. Kyle Becker now stands on 1st, all for the catcher, Sean Rivas. That'll warrant a mound visit to Jaden Kolkowski, his first visit of the game. Not a whole lot of action down in the visitors' bullpen from what I can see from here. It's just the catcher, the pitcher, and either the head coach or pitching coach at the mound.
And you love to see it. The wave is forming down the left field line in front of the visiting dugout. Some of the fans getting into it. Usually you see that later in a ball game, but to see that energy here on a Friday night, the wave starting to pick up around Sinsheimer on a beautiful Friday night, and the Blues leading 3-1.
Nothing, a bases loaded with no outs, only up by 2. It brings out quite a lot in fans, especially as this season winds down. Sean Rivas to the plate. Runners on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. There are no outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch he sees is a called strike 1 coming in at 73 miles per hour. Rivas, who singled in the 2nd, made his way over to 3rd, left on following 2 more outs. The 0-1. That one's going to miss low and outside for ball number 1.
And if you're Voiles, the catcher, you're going to keep everything in front of you here. You've got no outs. Got to keep those base runners at bay, prevent this lead from getting out of hand for Conejo. He's got to become a hockey goalie back there.
Especially considering the Blues, a very aggressive team on the base pads. That one's going to miss inside at 86. It's Rene Regalado over on 3rd base. He stands with Ethan Johnson. 2 balls and 1 strike to the catcher, Rivas. The pitch, and that's going to be a called strike 2. The count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Diego Gonzalez. Sean Rivas at the plate. A pitch swung on for strike number 3, and that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A huge out for the pitcher, Jaden Kolkowski. Rivas strikes out swinging for out number 1. Brings up Diego Gonzalez to the plate. Kolkowski, first pitch is swung on over to the right side of the field. That will get into the outfield. He'll score. Ethan Johnson. Round comes Murillo. He'll touch home as well. No throw. And a 2 RBI single for Diego Gonzalez. The first pitch that he sees from Jaden Kolkowski. Diego Murillo scores after Ethan Johnson. That's 4 runs here in the third, making the score 5-1. Runners now stand on the corners for the Blues. And that brings up the bottom of the order, Dom Nahar.
Way to shoot that the other way for Murillo, who gets RBIs number 25 and 26. Extending this lead here early for the Blues. Still only 1 out in the inning.
A pitch is going to be hit up the middle of the field. A big play by Nagy. He'll make the throw. Diving in head first is Dom Nahar. The throw will beat him for out number 2. What an effort by both of the players there. I mean, Zach Nagy charging that one, going to the right side of the field. He makes a throw. It's off the bag, a big stretch for Danny Aguilera. And then Dom Nahar pumping it down the first base line. He dives in head first. Doesn't beat the run, but that scores 1 more and moves Diego Gonzalez over to second.
Great hustle there from Nahar, trying to beat that throw and dive whatever it takes down there at first base.
That brings up the top of the order. Cesar Chavez, the 9th batter to the plate for the Blues here in the bottom of the third. The count is 0-1. That one gets away from the catcher, but there'll be no run from Diego Gonzalez over at second.
Yeah, Voiles had a hard time corralling that one. It squirted away towards the first base dugout of San Luis Obispo. Gonzalez wasn't going anywhere, though.
The count is 1-1. Cesar Chavez at the plate. Kolkowski checking his shoulder. The pitch is swung on and sent high. This one's going to the right side of the field. It's Caden Stillwell who'll make the catch. And that will be out number 3 here in the bottom of the third inning. The Blues score 5 runs off of 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The score now 6-1 as we head into the top of the fourth. The Blues score 5 runs in the bottom of the third inning. Coming in, it's CJ Moran, Brendan Comerford, Ethan Johnson, Diego Murillo, and Kyle Becker. They all scored to increase the lead 6-1 against the Conejo Oaks. The pitcher for the Blues, it's still Arturo Becerra on the mound. He'll face Stillwell here in the top of the fourth. First pitch is going to come in for strike 1. Stillwell, who singled in the first. First time facing Becerra so far in this game. That one's going to miss low and outside for ball 1.
Becerra faced just one over the minimum last inning, was helped out by a 5-4-3 double play started by Brendan Comerford over at the hot corner to get out of the inning.
The 1-1 misses inside for ball number 2. Caden Stillwell out in right field today. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, they called strike 2, and the count is even. Caden Stillwell, who played in the game yesterday, hitting in that 4 spot as he is again today. Reached base twice, once on a walk and once on a hit by pitch. He hits that one over to right field. It's Kyle Becker who will make the play for out number 1. That'll bring up Matthew Whitco, the third baseman for the Oaks. He'll come up with 1 out, his second time to the plate today. First pitch, it'll be high for ball number 1. Whitco, who we also saw appear in the game yesterday, reached base twice, first in the second, a single, and then an RBI double in the 8th, scoring the second run of the game for the Oaks yesterday. That game coming out to 10-3. The 2-0 misses way outside, and that's 3 straight balls to Matthew Whitco. Becerra on the mound for the Blues. The 3-0, and he will draw a walk. The Conejo Oaks, a base runner here in the top of the 4th. Whitco walks off of 4 pitches.
A little bit of a loss of command there for Becerra in that at-bat. Needs to regain control of that fastball here as we get towards the bottom of the order. Other than a couple hits, pretty smooth sailing for him as he protects a 5-run lead.
Thankfully, the Blues being able to score those 5 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning gives their pitching a little bit of leeway on the mound, especially as we trickle into the end of the season in playoff time. The Blues, who have lost a lot of guys going back to their respective colleges, starting to get ready for the fall. 1 ball and no strikes. It's Danny Aguilera on at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Make that 1.
And it always is nice as a pitcher to be pitching with a lead. You feel like you don't have to be perfect with every single pitch you're throwing. Still wanting to get that command, though, as there's a pickoff move to first base.
Pickoff will not be in time. On first, it's Matthew Whitco. At the plate, it's Danny Aguilera. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That pitch is going to be a called ball. A throw down to the first base side. Sean Rivas attempting to backpick Whitco. It'll get out of the glove of CJ Moran.
I like the idea.
Yeah, and if you're Rivas, you probably should have put that ball on the fair side of the bag for Moran to get a tag down, but he had to reach over into foul ground across his body, the right-handed first baseman, and try to field that one, and eventually scored it away.
Another throw over to Whitco at first. The count is 0-2. And it looks like the first base umpire is calling for time. I believe a ball trickled onto the field from the bullpen over at the visiting side down the third base side. That one's going to miss outside, and the count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes to Danny Aguilera.
Putting up a pretty good battle against Becerra.
A runner stands on first. There's one out here in the top of the 4th. That one's going to be swung on and missed by Danny Aguilera. A strikeout for Becerra here in the bottom of the 4th, his first of the day, and out number 2.
Yeah, Becerra just beats Aguilera to the strike zone there, and the fans here at Sinsheimer get their hot sauce.
That brings up Aiden Voiles to the plate. The runner still stands on first. There's 2 outs now. The 4th batter to the plate for the Conejo Oaks here in the top of the 4th inning.
That was the first strikeout of the ball game, so the fans have been waiting for their hot sauce for a few innings at this point, but good for Becerra to get that second out of the inning. 1 out closer to getting his team in the dugout.
Slow swing from Voiles for strike number 2. The count is 0-2 with 2 outs. Runner on second. Woodco hasn't made much effort to advance to second. The pitch is swung on. That is 3 straight pitches to Voiles. A strikeout swinging for Becerra. Back to back to end the top half of the 4th inning. The Conejo Oaks send 4 batters to the plate. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on. The score is still 6-1 as we head into the bottom half of the 4th.
Back here at Sinsheimer, it's the bottom of the 4th. San Luis Obispo's leading Conejo 6-1. It'll be 2-3-4 for the Blues, starting with C.J. Moran. Singleton came all the way around in his last at-bat in the 3rd.
C.J. Moran, who started off that very exciting inning in the bottom of the 3rd. It's kind of been a trend for the Blues in the last couple of games that they've played. They kind of have these big innings. We'll see if they can have a couple more of those here throughout the game. First pitch is swung on and sent foul over the 3rd base side for strike 1. You'll see a slew of children chasing each other, chasing after that ball. Free foul balls here at Sinsheimer, so if you can catch one, if you can wrestle for one, you can take it home. No balls and 1 strike. It's C.J. Moran at the plate. The pitch misses low and outside for ball 2.
Baseball's a unique sport in that way. What other sport can you take home the ball if it goes into the stands?
I can't name really any.
We just had the World Cup. Imagine catching a soccer ball. They're going to make you return that immediately.
2 balls and 1 strike to C.J. Moran, the Torero from the University of San Diego.
You know who's a distinguished graduate of USD? Chris Bryant.
That one's going to be swung on over to the second baseman. It's Zach Mora who makes the throw to first for out number 1. A leadoff out for the Oaks here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Needing to get ahead a little faster here compared to how they did in the 3rd. I mean, they didn't get their first out until the 6th batter of the inning. We saw all 9 step to the plate. Brendan Comerford now to the plate. He's reached base twice so far today. He'll hit the first one high out into center. Going back is Tyler Antwine. He'll get under it and make the catch for out number 2.
2 quick outs here for Conejo. Kolkowski perhaps finding that groove again in what was a long and grueling 3rd inning for him. A lot of pitches thrown. You love to settle in the following inning and get a couple quick outs. Give your defense a break too.
Ethan Johnson now steps to the plate. It's 2 outs. The first pitch is called strike 1. Johnson flew out to left field in the 1st and then an RBI single in the 3rd. That one's going to miss for ball 1. Johnson, a dynamic addition to the Blues lineup over the 5 games that he's played so far. A helpful hand as we start heading into the playoff season. The count is 1-1. The pitch is a called strike 2.
You raise a good point there. With playoff season, it's important to have depth at every position, especially with 2 one-game playoffs followed by a 3-game championship series. You need all the depth you can get coming down the stretch.
The count is 1-2. The pitch will miss outside, especially considering if you look at the bullpen, as I'd kind of mentioned earlier, the Blues offense is really going to need to help out their defense as we head into the playoff season, especially considering that at the maximum they could play 5 games throughout the week. And baseball, as many of you probably know, that's a lot of games. And that one's going to be up the right side of the field. It'll be a base hit for Ethan Johnson. And the first base runner here in the bottom of the 4th for the Blues.
2-out single sets the table for the back half of this order. More importantly, disrupts Kolkowski's momentum there with the 2 quick outs. Johnson continuing to contribute, as you said, in his short time here, made a big impact.
Yeah, the bottom half of the order is now going to come to the plate. It's Diego Murillo who will come up next, and they really kind of have dominated against the Conejo Oaks team today and yesterday as well. We kind of see a majority of the action coming from them. This one's hit hard up the middle of the field. Going back is the center fielder, Tyler Antwine. He will make the catch. A big swing from Diego Murillo, but that will be out number 3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The score is still 6-1. The Conejo Oaks chasing 5 as we head into the top of the 5th. It's the top of the 5th inning. The score is 6-1. The Blues with a new pitcher on the mound. He comes in for Arturo Becerra. It's Trey Legrone, the left-handed pitcher from West Valley Community College, sitting at 6'4".
Yeah, Legrone has not allowed a single earned run in 15 innings of work over 8 appearances so far. He'll look to replicate that dominance. Here is the setup man for San Luis Obispo.
First pitch is going to miss outside for ball number 1. It's Tyler Antwine at the plate. We just saw him get the last out in the bottom of the 4th. He'll now face Trey Legrone. The count is 1-0. That one's going to miss high and outside for ball 2. Antwine, who grounded out to Brendan Comerford over at third in his first at-bat. Legrone, the 3rd pitcher to the mound for the Blues so far today. That one's going to miss low and outside. It's the 3rd straight ball to Antwine, the leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. The 3-0 down the middle for strike number 1. It's no surprise that we've now seen 3 pitchers to the mound for the Blues here. That's the top of the 5th inning. They're really trying to be short and sweet on the mound. As I've mentioned quite a bit so far in this game, there's the pen is getting a little bit more shallow as the season is coming to an end, so really being able to utilize pitchers and not waste them. Have to give them a break for 4 days.
That was just walk number 7 issued by Trey Legrone on the year to get the leadoff man on for Conejo. Saw him struggling a little bit with command there in that first at-bat.
The bottom of the order at the plate, it's Zach Mora. He'll come up with a runner on first and no outs. First pitch is going to miss away for ball 1. Mora singled in the 3rd, made his way to second. The pitch, fastball for strike number 1. Trey Legrone needing to settle down a little bit here, coming out aggressive to these batters, but not able to find that zone.
Yeah, he's thrown 4 balls and only 2 strikes so far.
And that'll be a called strike 2.
Needed that one.
Needed that one for sure. Legrone working his way back through this count. The count is 1-2. Antwine stands on first. Count is 1-2. There's no outs. Trey Legrone on the mound for the Blues. The pitch. It'll be swung and sent back. Mora will battle in this at-bat. It's the top of the 5th inning. The score is 6-1. The Oaks chasing 5. At the plate is the bottom of the order, Zach Mora. The pitch is swung on and laced down the third base side. It'll fall foul. A big swing from Zach Mora. He will fight that one off and keep battling here against Trey Legrone.
That ball was absolutely ripped down there past the Oaks bullpen. If he had straightened that out, I could see that absolutely going down the line for a double.
Especially considering the way that the wind is blowing here. That one's going to miss high for ball 2, and the count is even. The fans bellowing for hot sauce. Only 2 strikeouts, and that one's gonna hit him. Zach Mora hit by pitch, and he'll take off for first. Antwine will head for second.
First hit batter all day for either side.
That'll bring out Dean Traynor to the mound. It's Trey Legrone's first inning here so far in the game. It's the top of the 5th. There's no outs and 2 runners on. He was battling there with Mora. It was a good at-bat by Zach Mora, of course, fouled off 3 pitches there, but Trey Legrone was staying there with him, and then that one just getting out of his grip and hits Zach Mora square in the back.
There's a little bit of action in the San Luis Obispo bullpen, but if I had to guess, Trainer's out there just to give his pitcher a little bit of a breather. You put the first 2 runners of the inning on base. Time to collect yourself, find that strike zone, and keep this lead at 5.
That's Trey Legrone's 4th batter hit so far on this season. He now stands on first, Zach Mora, and that brings up the top of the order. I mean, you never want to hit a player, give him a free base, but unlucky it's happening to the number 9 guy, and it pulls up Brandon Contreras again. The count, 2 runners on, it's first and second. That one's gonna miss inside for ball 1. Legrone needing to calm down a little bit on the mound.
And you wonder if these Oaks hitters have the strategy of, look, take until a strike. Your first 2 guys have been on. We've seen the command issues. Maybe that's part of their strategy.
That one's gonna miss high for ball number 2. Yeah, for sure, I imagine at least going through Contreras' mind, it's just sit back, wait a minute, see what Trey's gonna give you. Hold that bat back. 2-0. Legrone checks his shoulder for second. The pitch is swung on and hit down shallow. It's Trey Legrone trying to make the play. CJ Moran picks it up. He attempts to tag out Contreras. It will not be in time. Trey Legrone, I mean, that one hit right back up to him. It's heading towards first base. He attempts to go for it with his glove and isn't able to pick it up. There was no throw made over to first. I mean, CJ Moran trying to recover that one a little bit, but wasn't able to make the tag in time, and the bases are loaded.
And that's absolutely demoralizing as a pitcher when you put the first 2 guys on with free passes, the hit by pitch and the walk, and then defensive miscue as well.
It'll be an error for Trey Legrone on the mound. And that puts up Zach Nagy. I mean, the Conejo Oaks, who are down by just 5 runs. And the base is now loaded with no outs. The number 2 guy at the plate. Not an ideal situation as he sees ball 1.
We've both watched a lot of baseball. We both know a lot can happen, a lot of ball game left.
A lot of ball game left here. Absolutely right about that. Trey Legrone serves in ball number 2. I mean, this Blues team is gritty. It's not unlike them to get themselves in a little bit of rut sometimes. They'll work themselves out of it. Trey Legrone, the 2-0. And that is ball number 3. We already saw Dean Traynor to the mound. We'll see how long he lets Legrone hang in there. The corner infielders on the infield grass. 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch is a called strike 1. I mean, a huge strike for Legrone there. If you ignore the balls fouled off by Zach Mora and his at-bat, that's just the 3rd strike he's thrown this inning. It's 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. The bases are loaded. The pitch, and Zach Nagy will draw a walk, and that will bring in Tyler Antwine for their 2nd run of the game. The bases are still loaded. We'll let you know who's on the base. Right now, Zach Nagy now stands on first. It's Brandon Contreras who stands on 2nd, and at 3rd, it's Zach Mora.
Bases loaded walk also can be a shot to your confidence as a pitcher, especially when things seem to be spiraling. Best thing you can do is to take it 1 pitch at a time, start this next at-bat off.
That one's going to be fouled off. It's in foul territory. Sorry, Moran will make the catch. It'll be in foul territory, so no one will advance. But, wow, the first out here in the top of the 5th inning, a huge out for the Blues there. I mean, CJ Moran doing a great job of tracking that one back. You can kind of see him trying to search for that one as he headed into the shadows, but he makes the catch and gets out number 1.
Yeah, it can be so hard to track a fly ball here in these evening hours as the shadows cross over the field here. They're on the first base side, but fought the shadows, made the play. Big out number 1.
That one's going to miss very high and inside at the plate. Now it's Caden Stillwell.
The Blues come up with a big first out.
He's the 6th
Stillwell.
Oaks player to the plate so far here in the top of the 5th. There's action in the Blues bullpen. The count is 1-0. The pitch misses low and outside for ball 2. It pops out of the glove of Rivas. No one will even look to make an effort to go. Corner infielders on the infield grass. There's 1 out. It's the top of the 5th inning. Score is 6-2, the Oaks chasing. That one's going to miss inside for the 3rd straight ball.
Again, Legrone is falling behind in the count. He's gone 3-0. He's done that a couple times in this inning, forcing himself to come back from it. But the defense looking to make a play as well with the corner infield in on the grass.
3-0. It's Stillwell at the plate. The pitch is a call to strike 1.
Needed that one, and Stillwell motioned as if he was going to toss the bat aside, but in there nonetheless to make it 3-1, and they needed that one. Legrone needed it, rather.
Legrone for sure needed it. The Blues in general, too, I mean, to have the confidence of their pitcher is important. That strike taking a little breath off of the shoulders. That one's going to be laced over to left field. It's Dom Nahar. He will make the catch. Tagging up is Zach Mora. He will step on home safely. The 3rd run scored for the Conejo Oaks. And out number 2.
Yeah, productive out for Stillwell there. Got it deep enough to left field to score the run. And here come those Oaks in the 5th inning with a little bit of a rally here, taking advantage of some mistakes on the part of the pitcher, Trey Legrone, but also doing the best to take what he gives them.
Matthew Whitco will now step to the plate. Runners on 1st and 2nd. There's 2 outs now. The Oaks have scored 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Trey Legrone still on the mound for the Blues. First pitch, a call to strike 1. First time this inning that Legrone has gone ahead of the count here with the first pitch. Whitco seeing strike 1.
And even those little strikes to start off a batter can get your momentum and your mojo back as a pitcher to start a guy off early, especially with the lefty-lefty matchup.
That one's going to miss high for ball 1. Yeah, considering we've seen it quite a bit of times here, Legrone kind of getting into that 3 balls situation. I mean, he's walked a couple of batters already here, so to kind of get ahead in the count there, I mean, it's evened up now, but that first pitch strike, huge for the confidence. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's Whitco at the plate. The pitch, and it'll be low and away. It's Sean Rivas will keep it in front, but heading over to 3rd is Brendan Contreras. A runner now stands on the corners for the Oaks. Zach Nagy on 1st and Brandon Contreras on 3rd.
Rivas let that one get away from him, but now he's got to go full hockey goalie mode to prevent this game from coming within 2, help his pitcher out a little bit.
The 2-1. That's going to be hit up over to Diego Gonzalez at 2nd. The throw will be in time, and that will be out number 3. What an effort by Diego Gonzalez. That one coming in slowly, able to make the catch, turn his body to 1st to get that 3rd out. The Oaks score 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning. The score is now 6-3. The Blues are still leading, and they'll get a chance to bring that deficit up a little bit more as we head into the bottom of the 5th. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. The Oaks score 2 more runs in the top half of the inning off of no hits. And the score is now 6-3. Start leading it off here in the bottom half of the inning. It'll be Kyle Becker. He'll come to the plate, look to increase that lead a little bit more here. First pitch, misses outside for ball 1. Jaden Kolkowski still on the mound for the Conejo Oaks. It's his 5th inning. 1-0 is going to come in for a called strike 1.
The Oaks do have a right-handed pitcher warming up in their bullpen. Perhaps these innings are numbered for Kolkowski.
The 1-1 is laced over to the right side of the field. That will drop into right center. A base hit for Kyle Becker. It's his 3rd time on the pads today. And a lead-off base runner for the Blues.
Once again, this Blues team finds the gaps, hits it where the defenders aren't. Just have been such their MO all season, even here tonight with that big 3rd inning. Can't complain with a leadoff base runner as well.
No, not at all, especially considering we got the 7, 8, and the 9 coming up, and they've been quite dominant throughout this whole game, and even the game yesterday, that bottom half of the order. And it's Sean Rivas who comes up next. The first pitch is going to miss high for ball 1. Kyle Becker, who singled in the 2nd, scored off of an RBI single from Dom Nahar, and then walked in the 3rd, scored off of an RBI, a sac fly by Dom Nahar again. The count is 2-0 to Sean Rivas. Rivas, who singled in the 2nd, was left on over at 3rd and then struck out in the 3rd inning. The ball's going to be thrown over to first. No tag to Kyle Becker.
Yeah, it looked like to be the C move from Kolkowski. We haven't seen him pick over a whole lot, but just looking to keep Becker close here with no out.
2-0. That one will be swung on for strike number 1. Yesterday, the catcher for the Blues, it was Kevin Spear. Sean Rivas' chance to play against the Oaks now tonight. That one will miss low for ball 3. It's Kolkowski's 5th inning. Played through that 9-batter 3rd inning. The count is 3-1. And that one will miss high. Sean Rivas will draw a walk. And the Blues with 2 runners on. Kyle Becker advances to 2nd. Rivas now stands at 1st, and Diego Gonzalez to the plate. But first, it looks like that might be it for Jaden Kolkowski. He'll hand the ball off over to the coach and step off of the field. We will let you know who it is when we get back here on the Blues Streaming Network. A new pitcher on the mound for the Conejo Oaks. It's Daniel Puebla. He comes in for Jaden Kolkowski, who pitched the first 4 innings and then faced the first 2 batters here in the 5th. He faced 25 in total on the game with 1 strikeout, 3 walks, 10 hits, and 6 runs scored. Now it's Daniel Puebla, and he will face Diego Gonzalez. He'll inherit 2 base runners. On first, it's Sean Rivas, and on second, it's Kyle Becker.
Pueblo hasn't allowed an earned run all year in 5 appearances and 8 innings of work. And he'll enter a game with runners on first and second.
Pueblo, the second pitcher to the mound for the Oaks today. Corner infielders in on the infield grass. That one's going to miss high and inside for ball 1. Puebla, a right-handed pitcher from Oklahoma Christian University, originally from Oxnard, California. He faces Diego Gonzalez. The 1-0, swung on for strike number 1. The Oaks in their baby blue uniforms versus the Blues white pinstripes. The count is 1-1. The pitch is swung on and sent to the backstop for strike number 2.
The blue reminds me of the North Carolina Tar Heels, who popularized Carolina blue. Obviously made a huge Men's College World Series run this year, ultimately falling to Oklahoma, but they have really classic blue colors. It stands out.
Well, I appreciate the uniform choices of both teams today. Yesterday it was very hard to tell who was where. That one fouled off over the third base side.
Felt like a travel ball game probably when the teams don't coordinate on what color, and then you're out there with runners on the bases and you're like, is this guy a hitter? Is he on offense, or is he a fielder?
It was very confusing. I apologize for those of you who are watching. It was probably even harder for you all. The Oaks, who were in a very deep navy blue, versus the Blues, who were in more of a dusty navy blue, if that makes sense. It was a little bit confusing. This is a lot better today. The count is 1-2. Diego Gonzalez will swing and miss for strike number 3. And that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Daniel Puebla comes in, strikes out the first batter that he sees. And that brings up Dom Nahar.
Went fishing with that one. It was low and away, almost in the other batter's box. Could not hold up. Nahar will look to take advantage of the situation here with runners on first and second. Perhaps tack on some insurance here down the stretch.
Dom Nahar, an RBI single in the second, followed by a sac ground out in the 3rd. He hits that one hard up the middle of the field. And that one's going to drop right in front of the center fielder, Antoine. And the bases are loaded once again here for the Blues.
Dropped it right in front of the center fielder, Antoine, there. Sometimes that's all you need. You don't necessarily need that double off the wall. You just need to find a patch of green grass, and plenty of it available here at Sinsheimer Stadium. Dom Nahar aboard.
Yeah, once again, the Blues just finding that spot. I mean, landed exactly where Nahar needed it to. It moved all the base runners over. It's Kyle Becker who now stands on 3rd, Sean Rivas on 2nd, and Nahar on 1st for the top of the order, Cesar Chavez. There's just one out here. First pitch. And it's a called strike 1.
The Blues have already eclipsed their hit total from last night, recording 9 hits at Ventura College, but tonight 11 hits so far. We're not even through the 5th inning yet.
It's Cesar Chavez at the plate. He's popped out and flown out twice so far today. A clutch moment for him here. I mean, the Oaks, who have already taken back 2 in the top half of this inning. That one's going to go behind Cesar Chavez, and trotting in to touch home is Kyle Becker. He'll score on a wild pitch, and that'll be run number 7.
Yeah, that one was nowhere close to the strike zone. Went behind the head of Chavez. He didn't even really have to move. An easy run scored for the Blues, taking advantage of mistakes once again.
And that one sailed to the backstop. I mean, there was no chance that the catcher Aiden Boyles was going to be able to get there and even attempt to make a throw to get out the runner Kyle Becker. I mean, he touched home with time to spare. Runners now on first and second. Rivas advances, and so does Dom Nahar. That one swung off down to the right side. It'll drop foul for strike 2.
Early jam here for Puebla. As we said, limited action this year, but still no movement down the third base line in the Oaks bullpen, as the Oaks now bring the entire infield in, all 4 men standing on the lip of the infield grass.
The count is 1-2. There's 1 out. The pitch to Cesar Chavez, a swing and a miss for strike number 3. That's strikeout number 2 for Daniel Puebla and out number 2.
Yeah, and that bat that Chavez probably wanted back. Hoping he probably had a little bit more discipline during that at bat, especially with runners on second and third. But alas, it's 2 down for Moran.
Daniel Puebla, he's the new pitcher for the Oaks. Came in to face Diego Gonzalez. Struck him out, followed by a single from Nahar, and struck out Cesar Chavez at the top of the order. It's now CJ Moran who steps to the plate with 2 outs and 2 runners on. The first pitch to him is a called strike 1. Chavez, who has had quite some struggles at the plate today. I mean, the leadoff base runner who's gone up 4 times now has yet to reach base. They pop out of 2 flyouts and a strikeout now. The count is 0-1. The pitch in the dirt for ball number 1.
Yeah, it really is disappointing for an offensive leader for this Blues team. Chavez is actually second in the entire league in RBI with 32 and is 4th in the league in stolen bases with 18. So for him, not the best day in the batter's box. Obviously plenty of game left.
And we saw him reach base 3 times yesterday against the Oaks. I mean, he led off in the first with a strikeout. That one's going to be hit over to the shortstop, Zach Nagy. It'll be an error. It touches his glove, but gets underneath, and that will score 2 more runs. Sean Rivas will come in on the error along with Dom Nahar, and CJ Moran will head to first base. I mean, that's got to be disappointing for the shortstop over there, especially considering 2 outs and 2 runs had already scored here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I mean, he goes for it. He looks confident as he does. That one you can see hits off the end of his glove. I mean, just didn't get down low enough. And it looks like possibly a balk. I mean, CJ Moran heads over for first, and Daniel Puebla with a balk, and just like that, a runner in scoring position once again for the Blues.
Yeah, it can be one of those situations where as a pitcher you're riled up, you're working through a long inning, and you make a little mistake. You make an illegal motion there on the mound, and free advancement on the part of the Blues.
First pitch is going to be laced the other way to right field. Round is going CJ Moran. The throw will not be in time. CJ Moran will touch home plate, and that will be the 4th run the Blues score here in the top of the 5th inning. An RBI single for Brendan Comerford, and a little bit of a 2-out rally here for the Blues.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there from the Pleasanton native, CCL All-Star, doing what he does best, finding those holes. Multi-hit game for him once again to keep the line moving.
And it just shows kind of what those errors and those mistakes can do to a game. I mean, CJ Moran on from an error and then only gets to second because of a balk, which gave him that kind of head start, taking himself home. Now to the plate, it's Ethan Johnson. First pitch is low for ball 1. A runner on first for the Blues. Lots of Blues score, you score pricing for the fans here tonight. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon. The sun is starting to go down. You can see the shadows creeping across the field. The count is 1-0. Pitch, a called strike 1. So far, Kyle Becker, Sean Rivas, Dom Nahar, and CJ Moran have all scored here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Daniel Puebla on the mound. Off goes Comerford. There'll be no throw, but it'll be a strike 2 to Ethan Johnson. And just like that, a Blues base runner stands 180 feet away from home plate. There are 2 outs. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. The score is now 10-3 on the mound as Daniel Puebla at the plate. Ethan Johnson, the 1-2. Swing and a miss from Ethan Johnson ends the 5th inning. The Blues score 4 runs off of 2 hits. They leave 1 runner on base and 1 error for the Conejo Oaks. The score is 10-3. We will head into the top half of the 6th. The Oaks, another chance to do something about that deficit when we get back. Mikey Rodriguez on the mound for the Blues. It's the top of the 6th inning. For those of you who have come to a Blues game before, you might know that there's a little tennis ball toss between the 5th and the 6th inning where fans can purchase a tennis ball for $1 at the concession stand. They then have the opportunity to throw it over the net from the stands, try to hit a bucket that stands on home plate. Most of the time you see a lot of good efforts from the fans. Usually one will get within a foot, maybe a little closer to the bucket. Today, a fan made it inside the bucket.
Yeah, impressive work. You've been here all year. How many times has that happened this year?
Not once.
Wow,
yeah.
There we go.
Number 394, whoever you are, congratulations. They just won season tickets for the 2026 season, which is very exciting because it's always fun to come to a Blues game.
That's what perfect aim will get you here on a Friday night in San Luis Obispo. Some season tickets. Doesn't get better than that.
Does not get better than that. Mikey Rodriguez on the mound. He comes in for Trey Legrone, who pitched just 1 inning, the 5th. And Rodriguez will now come and he'll face the first baseman, Danny Aguilera, in his first time on the mound. It's his 9th appearance with the Blues on the season. Aguilera, who's grounded out and struck out so far today. First pitch misses inside for ball number 1. The Blues, who scored 4 more runs in the bottom half of the 5th inning, They do it all off of 3 hits. They increase the lead at 10-3. Pitch is going to miss high for ball number 2.
Aguilera's been quiet at the plate today, a ground out and a strike.
Aguilera hitting .294 on the season. It's his 21st game played, his 17th start on the season. As he hits that one over to the left side, is Brendan Comerford who's going to make the play. He'll send it over to first for out number 1.
Fundamental baseball being played there by Brendan Comerford. He took a couple shuffles. I mean, it felt like he was at a showcase trying to whip it across with a radar gun, but put that ball right in the chest of the first baseman, Moran. You see why he's an all-star, making those routine plays in addition to the hard ones.
You could see CJ Moran kind of grip that one, like seeing how hard his third baseman was throwing that one across the pitch. Now to the plate is the catcher, Aiden Voiles. First pitch is a strike.
I think it's funny you refer to the field as a pitch. You might still be in that World Cup mood.
I don't think I'll ever leave the World Cup mode, I'll
That's
be
fair
honest
enough,
with
yeah.
you.
Only happens every 4 years.
And it's always very exciting. That'll be a called strike at 2.
We've got LA 2028 coming up, though.
Very excited for that. It's always fun to have it in the States. It like brings something out of a lot of people.
I will not be going anywhere near LAX during that Olympic Games, though.
Unfortunately, I live in San Diego, California. Getting between SLO and San Diego means LAX, so I think I'll spend my fair share of time in some traffic between the two. That one's going to be popped up into the infield. It's Diego Gonzalez who's going to call it and make the catch for out number 2.
2 quick outs for Rodriguez. That's what the doctor ordered here as the Blues are up 7. Efficient pitching following kind of a rough outing for Trey Legron III, but a little bit of bullpen stability down the stretch here on a Friday night is going to be the key, as we talked about the depth earlier as we head toward playoff time.
It's the top of the 6th inning. The score currently identical to the final score of the game last night against the Blues and Conejo Oaks. It's 10-3, and the center fielder Tyler Antwine at the plate. Antwine, who grounded out to Brendan Comerford over at third into the 2nd, and then walked in the 5th. Eventually brought around to score for that 2nd run of the game for the Conejo Oaks.
What's interesting about last night's game is both teams had 9 hits and 8 runners left on base each, but a 7-run differential.
That's going to be a called strike 1 from Mikey Rodriguez. The Oaks now with just 4 hits so far on the game today. I mean, it just goes to show, if you look at last night's box score, how the Blues were able to capitalize on their base runners. Big swing for strike number 2. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's Tyler Antwine at the plate on the mound now for the Blues. It's Mikey Rodriguez. It's Mikey Rodriguez first inning of the game. The 2-2 is swung on and sent sky high. It's Sean Rivas who will turn around. He will make the catch in exciting fashion. He catches that one, pulls his glove down. I think every fan in the stadium just held their breath, but that is out number 3. The Blues faced just the minimum. It was Mikey Rodriguez who headed to the mound here in the top of the 6th inning, but we'll head into the bottom half. The Blues are still up 10-3. the Blues faced just the minimum in the top half of the inning. It was the 6th, 7th, and the 8th. Batter Mikey Rodriguez stepped to the mound, and for Trey Legrone now to the plate for the Blues is Diego Murillo. He'll lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th following a very exciting 5th inning. The Blues scored 4 more runs. The score now 10-3. On the mound still for the Oaks is Daniel Puebla. The first pitch is swung on and sent over to the left side of the field. It's Matthew Whitco who will make the throw to first for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. The Blues, who have sent quite a few batters to the to the plate in a lot of these innings. I mean, in the 5th it was 8, in the 3rd it was all 9. The Oaks really needing to get ahead of these, kind of getting at least one quick inning here would help combat that deficit that they're currently looking at. But first they'll have to see Kyle Becker. First pitch is a called strike 1.
Seems to be one of those running to the bat rack type of games for this Blues offense when you're getting a lot of at-bats, batting in consecutive innings, looking to get your licks, especially into the bullpen here for the Oaks.
The 0-1 misses in the dirt for the first ball. Puebla, who got all 3 outs in the 5th off of strikeouts. It was Diego Gonzalez, it was Cesar Chavez, and it was Ethan Johnson. The count is 1-1. The pitch is swung on and sent foul over the third base side for strike 2. The lights have turned on here at Sinsheimer. The sun losing its way over the mountains. The flag still pumping to the left side out in center field. Kyle Becker at the plate. The count is 1-2. The pitch is fouled off to the backstop.
With the lights coming on, it will be interesting to see how these Oaks outfielders respond to fly balls. This is the 3rd game of the season series, but they haven't played a game here. So there's a little bit of unfamiliarity there for the outfielders as you're battling the lights as they're starting to come on, but that sun is still, as it's descending, it's still coming there over the first base side too. So a little bit of unfamiliar territory, not to mention the large expanse of grass they got to cover here in SLO.
Well, home field advantage is a real thing, especially here in the CCL. If you guys could see from the broadcast when we were down at Ventura College yesterday, a huge slope for, I mean, really the majority of the outfield. It kind of starts at left field, and then it takes over all of center field and basically all of right field as well. I mean, it's a huge slope that goes up by the wall. We saw a couple of players, the Oaks and the Blues alike, kind of struggling with that in the game yesterday. Obviously, they're not facing that here at Sinsheimer. The 2-2 misses outside, and the count runs full.
I mean, I wonder, was that like a stylistic choice by the people that built the park, or was it not intentional and it's kind of just there?
You know what? That is a great question. That field not used specifically for a CCL team, and it is a collegiate field, Ventura Community College. And that one's going to be fouled off over the back end. I'm not exactly sure who the architect of that field was. Surprisingly, not the craziest we've seen so far the CCL up at San Bruno. The San Francisco Seagulls don't have any fences on their fields, so that one maybe even a little bit weirder. But what can I say? I just sit there and talk about it. The count is full. The pitch is going to be hit over the left side of the field, and that just foul. Kyle Becker battling in this at bat. Hill step back into the box.
Fun fact, I played up at Tom Lara Field up in San Bruno as a travel ball player, 13U, 14U. What a brutal place to play baseball at.
Oh,
Absolutely
I mean,
ridiculous.
It's either very hot, very cold, and yeah, no fencing down the first or third base side, and then no fencing in the outfield as well. That one fouled off.
Well, probably a great place to be a pitcher. pitcher's
Oh.
park. You got no walls, I guess. You know, you're not getting home runs out there with no fences, but definitely an interesting design and build out there in San Bruno.
Yeah, very interesting. Sure, it makes the Blues appreciate their home field here at Sinsheimer Stadium. The count is 3-2. Kyle Becker is at the plate. A long at bat for the right fielder. That one's going to be hit up the left side of the field. Going back is Contreras, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Coming to the plate now is Sean Rivas, the catcher who's reached base twice so far today. Sean Rivas singled in the second, struck out in the third, and then walked in the fifth, advanced on a wild pitch to second, and then scored for run number 2 of the 5th inning. First pitch he sees is ball 1. Sean Rivas in the squat today for the Blues. One of 3 catchers we see pretty routinely. Did he go? Yes, he did. First base umpire will call that strike 1. It's Sean Rivas, Kevin Spear, and Miles Mader who we see most of the time back behind the plate. The 1-1 misses inside for ball 2.
What's interesting for me is watching how those different guys, the catchers, call the games, how they're in command of the game. Very different approach. Obviously, Spear up at the University of Washington, so a little bit more D1 experience there, and then Mador from the University of Indiana. But the way they call the game is different, and that's kind of the fun of summer ball, seeing a different guy back there every night.
That one's going to be a called strike 2. And the count is 2-2. The Deuces are wild with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. And that will be the last out of the 6th inning. Sean Rivas strikes out swinging. The Conejo Oaks facing just the minimum in the 6th, an inning that they really needed. I mean, not to have to throw too many pitches except that great at bat by Kyle Becker. Either way, the Blues lead 10-3 as we head into the 7th. It's the top of the 7th inning. The score is 10-3. The Conejo Oaks faced just the minimum in the 6th. It was Diego Murillo, Kyle Becker, and Sean Rivas who faced Daniel Puebla on the mound. Changing it up here for the Blues on the mound, it's Chase Rogers. He'll come in for Mikey Rodriguez. He's the 4th pitcher to the mound for the Blues today. And he will face the bottom of the order, Zach Mora, when here in the top of the 7th inning, the Oaks looking to chase back just a little bit here. This score currently 10-3, the same score that the game ended with yesterday. Chase Rogers wearing number 15, listed as 96. It's his 4th appearance with the Blues on the season.
Blues 7-run lead with 3 innings to go. If they can put the Oaks away.
The Oaks with just 4 hits on the game so far. Yesterday it was 9. They sent just 3 batters to the plate in the top of the 6th. The bottom of the order at the plate. The first one in the dirt at the feet of Zach Mora for ball 1.
Rogers enters with a 3 ERA in just a few appearances. 3 innings of work, 1 hit allowed.
That one's going to hit Mora on the backside. He will head for first base. It's the 2nd hit by pitch of the game, and the 2nd coming from the Blues. And that brings up the top of the order in Brandon Contreras. Contreras, his 4th time to the plate today. He's reached base just once. It was an error on the pitcher, who at the time was Trey Legrone. Other than that, 2 flyouts. Runner stands on first. The Oaks, who are in the Southern Division of the CCL. That one to the backstop, and that will send Mora over to second. A wild pitch moves him over, and that is ball 1 to Brandon Contreras.
A little bit of early wildness here for Rogers. Obviously the hit by pitch to put the leadoff man on, and then that one just sailed very wide. He'll look to get it back here, 1-0.
The count is 1-0. A big lead by Mora over on second. That one way away. Sean Rivas will hold on to it. That'll be ball 2.
Almost in the same spot, just missing outside badly in the other batter's box there. Maybe back to the same strategy as Legrone. If you're an Oaks hitter, look at a strike, look at a fastball, make him come to you.
The 2-0 into the dirt. Once again, Sean Rivas keeps it in front. That is 3 straight balls to Brandon Contreras. The Oaks, who are battling for a 1 spot in the Southern Conference. The Santa Barbara Foresters, who technically have the 1 spot, they don't play in the CCL playoffs, so the Oaks battling for the CCL number 1 spot. And Contreras will draw a walk. 2 base runners for the Oaks. It's Zach Nagy who's coming to the plate. He's reached base in all 3 plate appearances. He singled in the first. It was the first run, first base runner, and first run scored for the Oaks. He then singled again in the 3rd and then walked in the 5th, but Dean Traynor will head out to the mound before he gets a chance to swing his bat against Chase Rogers.
A little bit of light action in the Blues bullpen down the right field line. Rogers, only having faced 2 hitters, has not thrown a strike yet. So Traynor looking to calm his guy down here. Got a 7-run cushion though, but not great for Rogers to come into the game and be as wild as he is. So take that moment to breathe, find that strike zone again and compete.
Well, and Dean Traynor having to battle with a kind of difficult schedule towards the end of this week. I mean, They've had off on Monday, but they played Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They'll play again Saturday and then Sunday, and then turn around and possibly play a game on Tuesday. I mean, that's not a whole lot of time to rest some arms. I mean, you can see more action happening in the bullpen. Rogers, who's already the 4th pitcher to come to the mound for the Blues. That one's going to get behind Zach Nagy, and a wild pitch will move Mora over to 3rd and Contreras to 2nd. And that's 2 runners in scoring position for the Oaks.
Yeah, this was kind of the story a week ago at Balin's Park in Palo Alto. Had a great start from Moose. Bullpen, a few guys could not find the strike zone. The Legends end up coming back, but then Brendan Comerford once again tied the game with an RBI single in the 9th, and the Blues prevailed. But trying to avoid the same fate here tonight, up 7.
Comerford, definitely a jack of all trades, but
he came in to close that game too on the mound.
That one behind once again, and Mora will score on a wild pitch for the 4th run for the Conejo Oaks. He gets on via hit by pitch. He gets to 2nd on a wild pitch, to 3rd on a wild pitch, and scores on a wild pitch. Brandon Contreras also moves over. He now stands on 3rd. It's 2 balls to Zach Nagy. I mean, if I were him, he's sitting back and watching what Rogers will give him. And that one is going to hit him.
You know, I was just about to say I'd crowd the plate if I were Nagy, and didn't even really need to do much there.
No, that one hitting Nagy kind of on the back end of his legs. And he now stands over on 1st. There's runners on the corners. Brendan Comerford is coming in because Dean Traynor will be stepping out of the bullpen. Sorry, out of the dugout, pointing over to the bullpen. And it looks like that will be it for Chase Rogers. He faces 3 batters, a hit by pitch, a walk, and then another hit by pitch. 3 wild pitches, scores 1 run so far here for the Oaks. There's no outs. We will let you know who is coming in to pitch for the Blues when we get back here on the Blues Streaming Network. Shane Grant comes in to pitch for the Blues. He'll be the 5th pitcher to the mound so far in this game. It's his debut in the Blues uniform. He'll inherit runners on 1st and 2nd. There's no outs. To the plate is James Letshaw.
Next up, James Letshaw.
Certainly a big transition
It's the top of the 7th inning. The score is 10-4. The Oaks have already scored one here. That one's going to be hit off the end of the bat. It's going foul. Looks like it'll be out of play. An effort by the first baseman, C.J. Moran, who stands over by the dugout. But that will be strike one. It's the first strike of the inning.
Grant hails from Santa Barbara, California, right down the road, and played this past season at Allen Hancock in Santa Maria. 6 appearances, 5.4 ERA, and 8 innings of work.
That one's going to miss inside for ball one. An all-star with the Coastal Dodgers, another team in the CCL. The count is 1-1. Shane Grant is the new pitcher for the Blues. The pitch. Does he go? No, he does not. That'll be ball two. Standing on first, it's Zach Nagy. And then on third, it's Brandon Contreras. Nagy gets on via hit by pitch. And Contreras walks. A wild pitch gets him to second. And then a wild pitch once again gets him to third. The 2-1. Swung on and laced over to the left side of the field is Dom Nahar, who will field the play. Contreras will come in for run number 5. And Zach Nagy will advance to second. An RBI single by James Latshaw. Latshaw getting a hold of that one there. I mean, he laces it down the left side of the field. The first hit of the inning coming up now is Stillwell to face Shane Grant. The first pitch, he shows bunt, he lays that one down. It's Grant who's going to one-hand it. He's going to send it over to first, and that will be out number 1 here in the top of the 7th inning. Stillwell, the 5th batter to step to the plate, and that's out number 1. The Oaks move over both of their base runners. Nobody scores.
Great pitcher fielding practice, PFP play there for Grant freshly into the game. I always think you're fresh into a game, the ball's going to find you somehow, and there it did with the bunt play. Fielded it right in front of home plate, directed the throw over to first base for a much-needed out number 1.
First pitch just misses outside for ball 1. At the plate now is Matthew Whitco. Shane Grant taking into his own hands there. I mean, it's always nice to see a pitcher. They say pitchers aren't athletes. Shane Grant proving that a little bit wrong there. That one's going to be hit over to Gonzalez at second. Tosses it over to first for out number 2. It'll be a RBI ground out for Whitco. He scores Zach Nagy, and that is run number 6.
2 straight sacrifice plays on the part of the Oaks. First, the bunt from Stillwell, and Whitco grounds out a productive out for him, and they inch a little bit closer. Conejo does here in the 7th.
Now at the plate is Aguilera. He sees strike 1. Just one runner on. He stands over on third base. It's James Latshaw. The score is 10-6. The Oaks have scored 3 so far in this inning. That one misses low and outside for ball 2.
Blues bullpen is active once again. A righty and a lefty double barreling down there a moment ago, but a couple pitchers have stepped off the mound now. Wonder what's going through the head of Dean Traynor in the dugout right now.
Swung high over to left field, and that is going to score Latshaw. That's run number 4 here in the top of the 7th inning. An RBI single by Aguilera, and the Oaks put another one across the plate. There's 2 outs. It's the top of the 7th. Aiden Voiles now to the plate for the Oaks. A runner stands on first with 2 outs. Shane Grant is the pitcher. First pitch is fouled off for strike 1. The Oaks, who have scored 1 in the first and then 2 in the 5th, other than that, have not had many opportunities to put players across the plate, but they're doing it here in the top of the 7th. I mean, off of 2 hits, they've already scored 4. They've gone lucky with A little bit of pitching mishaps from the Blues, but have capitalized on the base runners. There's 2 outs here, runner on first. It's Aiden Voiles at the plate. The count is even 1-1. The 1-1 misses outside for ball 2.
Important to note, too, the last 3 runs for the Oaks, Contreras, Nagy, and Latshaw that crossed home plate, those runs will be charged to Rogers as Grant inherited those runners. So not a statistical mark on his stats, but still the scoreboard reading 10-7.
That one's high over to right center field. Going over is Becker and Chavez. He will make the catch on the run. Kyle Becker will glove it for out number 3. But first, the Conejo Oaks score 4 runs off of just 2 hits. They leave 1 runner on base. The score is now 10-7. The Blues still lead, and we will stretch it out here before the Blues will swing their bats again in the bottom half of the inning. It's the bottom of the 7th inning here at Sinsheimer. The score is 10-7. The night sky turning a purple-blue haze. At the plate is Diego Gonzalez. He'll lead it off for the Blues. He's reached base once so far today. It was an RBI single in the 3rd. He sees strike 1. Fans still occupying those orange seats down below, and majority of the grass. 0-1 misses low and inside for ball 1.
I think part of it is, first of all, can't ask for a better Friday night. Who's got it better than us here on the Central Coast? Also, on the part of the Oaks, they've kind of made this one a ball game here in the 7th. Only a 3-run deficit now.
Considering it's towards the end of the season, fans staying a little bit longer. That one's hit high out into right field. It's going to be Contreras, the right fielder, who will make the catch for out number 1. And that is the first here in the bottom of the 7th. It's Diego Gonzalez who flies out to right field. It's now Dom Nahar who will step to the plate. He's the number 9 batter for the Blues. An RBI single in the 2nd, a sac ground out in the 3rd, A single in the 5th. That's Nahar's day so far today. He comes to the plate with 1 out. First pitch is swung on for strike 1. You could see Nahar almost cut that short as it was crossing the plate. A little bit of regret in that swing there. The Blues, who have clinched a playoff spot, they at most will play against most likely the Sonoma Stompers on Tuesday of next week. It'll be a home game, the wild card game. There's a chance that they might not play on Tuesday at all as they take that number 1 spot. Currently they're battling with Walnut Creek Crawdads for it. They currently hold the 1 spot. It's just a 1-game difference if the Walnut Creek Crawdads manage to lose one of the next 3 games that they play and the Blues are able to take the next 3 games that they play. There's a chance the Blues could take that 1 spot. They're currently playing the San Francisco Seagulls. It's the bottom of the 9th inning. They're up 5-0. They'll take on the Stompers tomorrow. Just a 56% chance of winning as Nahar swings and misses for out number 2 there. The Crawdads will then take on the Menlo Park Legends on Sunday. 68% chance of winning, so it'll kind of be in the hands of the Walnut Creek Crawdads and, of course, the Blues to win the next 3 if they might fight for that number 1 spot. But regardless, there'll be some Blues baseball played at home next week. To the plate now is the top of the order. It's Cesar Chavez. First pitch is laced up the middle of the left side of the field. A base hit for Chavez, and man, did he need that. He's spent the day with a pop out, 2 flyouts, and a strikeout. So a base hit for the leadoff base batter is huge for him and, of course, the team as well. And that brings up CJ Moran.
Yeah, hit number 45 on the year for Chavez. Can he get to 50 this regular season? We'll see. Big leader on the offensive side for San Luis Obispo. Gets aboard there with 2 out to set the table for Moran.
CJ Moran, who's reached base twice today. A single in the 3rd and then an error by the shortstop gets him on in the 5th. He comes to the plate with a runner on first, and his first pitch will miss outside for ball 1.
It's interesting how the CCL standings work. Obviously not by win total, but rather win percentage. The Crawdads by the end of the season will have played 8 less games, but own that first spot because of their winning percentage.
That one's going to be fouled back for strike 1. It's also important to kind of look at the schedule differences between the 2 teams. The Blues, as you know, sit here on the Central Coast, which kind of gives them the opportunity to go south as well as go north. So the Blues, who have played all of the teams in the north and in the south, or the Walnut Creek Crawdads, primarily stay up in the northern parts of the CCL. The Blues having to take on a variety of different kinds of teams. Called strike 2 to CJ Moran.
Yeah, we spoke to the Oaks broadcasters before the game, and they were talking about their travels don't take them very far north, aside from San Luis Obispo. Interesting how the geographical considerations play into schedule and even strength of schedule in that.
It also explains why we played the Santa Barbara Foresters 5 times in a season. And that one misses low for ball 2, and the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's the bottom of the 7th. At the plate is CJ Moran. Moran, who's kind of settled into that 2 spot. Dean Trainer, the head coach, kind of prefers to have a lefty hit in that 2 spot, and Moran has kind of settled in there. He dabbled in the 1 spot a little bit. It's where he hits primarily at USD. Off goes Chavez for second. That one fouled off, so he'll head back for first. CJ Moran battling in this at bat.
You know, as a right-handed hitter growing up, I was always jealous of my left-handed hitting counterparts. I mean, you have an inherent advantage. You're 2 feet closer to first base. And even as a pitcher, you have the ability to pick over to first easily. But you can only play a certain number of positions. First base, left field. Can't play all the positions, of course.
The 2-2 is hit up the middle of the field. It's Antwine who will make the catch for out number 3. The Blues with just 1 hit No runs scored, 1 runner left on base. The score is 10-7. The Blues still hold that lead as we head into the top of the 8th inning. It's the top of the 8th inning. On the mound now for the Blues. It's Carson Boyer, and he'll face Antwine as his first batter here in the game. The score is 10-7. The Conejo Oaks scored 4 more in the top of the 7th inning to combat that deficit just a little bit there. Antwine will see ball 1.
Boyer represents pitcher number 7 for the Blues here tonight.
Called strike 1.
Which even when you're on the winning side as SLO's leading by 3, you hate to go that deep into your bullpen with the playoffs coming up next week.
That one's fouled off for strike number 2. Yeah, Dean Traynor, who's had to really work his bullpen today to take on these Conejo Oaks. It's the 3rd time that the Blues and the Oaks have faced each other this season, including the game that they played yesterday down at Ventura College. The Blues took that game 10-3. The time before that, the Conejo Oaks beat the Blues 12-6 as that one hits Antwine in the foot, and he will take first. That'll be the 4th hit by pitch today. And Zach Moore will step to the plate. He actually holds 2 of those hit by pitches. He was hit in the 5th and then again in the 7th. He now comes up to the plate to face Boyer. First pitch, a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
You know, after Moore's last at-bat where he was hit for the 2nd time in the game, he frustratedly tossed his bat aside, looking for a chance to just put the bat on the ball, but Blues pitching staff just drilling him twice. It can be pretty frustrating as a player when you're just trying to get your hacks in.
And it's important to remember that this is summer ball. You know, the point for these players is to get more reps, it's to get better, it's to possibly get seen. So it's important to a lot of these guys what those stats look like, what their averages look like, how often they get on base. That pitch misses outside for ball 2. Mora hitting .260 on the season. It's his 17th game, his 15th start. He hits that one high over to the right side of the field. It's CJ Moran who will make the catch in foul territory for out number 1.
Moran had no issue with the lights there. Settled under it right in front of the Blues dugout. Get a first out here and kind of clear the slate after a leadoff hit by pitch. Boyer fresh out of the pen.
Up to the plate now. It's the top of the order. It's Brandon Contreras. He comes to the plate with a runner on first and 1 out. He'll face Carson Boyer, who comes to the mound for the first time here in the top of the 8th. First pitch is a called strike 1. On first, it's Antoine, who was hit by pitch as the leadoff base runner of the inning. Pitch is swung at and fouled off for strike 2. Boyer quickly ahead of the count here, 0-2.
He would love to give the fans some hot sauce here and regain some control of the inning. Obviously up 3, margin for error a little bit less now for these Blues pitchers, knowing that there might not be that many arms behind him coming.
The 0-2 is swung on and sent to the left side of the field down the line, and it'll fall foul. Just 2 strikeouts on the day for the Blues pitching staff. It was both in the 4th inning. It was Aguilera and Boyles who struck out for the 2nd and 3rd out. And that'll be a little mound visit from the catcher Sean Rivas to the new pitcher Carson Boyer. Rivas heads back to behind the plate. The count is 0-2. There's a runner on first and 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch misses low and outside for ball number 1. Boyer in his 12th appearance with the Blues on the season. 17 1/3 innings pitched. Pitch misses high for ball 2, and the count is even. Boyer now with 5 hit by pitches on the season. And that one's going to hit Contreras into the hands. He immediately falls to the ground, clutching his left hand. He takes off his batting glove. Out comes the Blues trainer.
It looked like his hand just ate that, his wrist, so it can be such a sensitive area there. Didn't really have time to get out of the way of that one, just ran inside on him. He'll get evaluated here by Blues training staff. Not what you want to see. And even for Boyer, no need for an extra base runner, but.
I mean, even through the headphones, you could hear that hit his hands. I mean, you could hear the contact of the ball to the hand to the bat. He will head down for first. Looks like he's shaking that one off, but I mean, you could see the immediate reaction of Contreras there. I mean, immediately dropped that bat, fell to the ground in pain. He took off his batting glove, so that left hand is free. We'll see how he does on the base pads, but that'll be the 2nd hit by pitch of the inning. It's the 5th of the game, and to the plate now, it's Zach Nagy. First pitch is a fastball, strike 1.
Should also note that was the 2nd hit by pitch in the first 3 batters for Boyer. Looking to regain his command here with 1 down. Runners at first and second.
That one over to the second baseman. It's going to get under the glove of Diego Gonzalez and trickle into center field. Scoring is Antoine for the 8th run here in the top of the 8th inning. An error by the second baseman, Diego Gonzalez, scores another run for the Conejo Oaks. Brandon Contreras moves over to third base. Zach Nagy all the way to second. And just like that, the Conejo Oaks come within 2.
It looked like Gonzalez there was trying to work down to up like they teach you, but he might have took his eye off the ball, was looking to make the flip to second before fielding it. Getting the order of operations wrong there.
Yeah, looking to make that double play, I'm sure, kind of working a little faster than maybe he needed to. I mean, it just gets right underneath him there. Cesar Chavez out in center field, attempting to make the throw back to second to get out Nagy, who was heading that way. The tag was not in time. That's 2 balls now to Latshaw. Runners on second and a third. It's Zach Nagy at second and Contreras at third base. No hits so far in the inning. The 2-0 misses low for ball 3.
You got a feel for Boyer. I mean, he hit a couple guys. Feels like he maybe should have gotten out of the inning there with an inning-ending double play. Obviously not his fault. Best he can do is get back in this count, come to the plate here with a strike behind in the count 3-0, and right the ship here before things get out of control.
The count is 3-0. Pitch down the middle for strike 1. Latshaw, an RBI single in the top of the 7th inning, paired with a sac fly in the first. Count 3-1. 2 runners in scoring position. Swung and a miss, and the count runs full.
Now you're going to get your runners on the, not on the move rather, but they're going to be fairly aggressive to see a ball in the dirt. If it goes towards the Blues dugout, you got to think that runner on third, Contreras, is going to break for home plate as the leadoff hitter's got some speed down there.
The 3-2 is hit to the right side of the field. It'll fall foul. And CJ Moran over at first, a little fired up. I mean, out here, not just for Boyer, but for the Blues defense would be huge. I mean, a little confidence boost here in the 8th. 2 runners reach base on a hit by pitch, the other on an error, and just outside, and Latshaw will draw a walk. The bases are loaded for the Oaks in the top of the 8th inning. There's just 1 out. Dean Traynor will step out of the dugout, head to Grant on the mound. It's Shane Grant's first inning. He's gone just 1 out here so far.
In the Blues bullpen, no one is throwing hard warm-up pitches, but definitely a couple guys moving around, warming up, getting their band work and even maybe their weighted balls down there going. Looks to be a stalling tactic for Traynor to get somebody up and warming, whoever he's got left at this point.
Yeah, it's not surprising. I mean, it's the top of the 8th inning. We've just got at max 2 innings left here. And Dean Traynor, I mean, probably just pleading with his pitching staff at this point, guys, just get it done. I mean, if you got to put a ball in play, error is kind of like the one we saw at second. I mean, a huge error, especially as the game gets closer. I mean, it's just a 2-run deficit at this point.
Right.
The Conejo Oaks have already scored 1 here in the 8th. The score is 10-8. The Blues, you know, kind of losing that lead a bit here. There's just 1 out, and Stillwell is at the plate after Latshaw drew a walk there. First pitch is laced down the right side of the field for strike 1.
Well, if anything good came from that walk, you reinstate the double play situation. You've got your corner infielders in on the grass looking to cut that run off at home. Looking like a 4-then-1 situation, trying to turn that double play, get this team back in the dugout.
Stillwell at the plate. He swings and sends that one over to right field. Coming in is Kyle Becker. He will make the catch, throwing all the way home. There will be no run from Brandon Contreras on a third. What an out for the Blues. Exactly what they needed. A big throw by Kyle Becker out in right field to keep Contreras over at third base. And there are 2 outs here with the bases loaded in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, what a big play by Becker out there in right field. Had to close a lot of ground from his position in right field. Didn't have to resort to a slide or a dive. Obviously a little riskier to take a dive as a corner infielder. You got no one else back there to back you up, but he made the play. Blues a lot closer to getting themselves in the dugout and getting them out of this bases loaded jam.
The infield now pushed back First one's going to miss outside for ball 1. The bases are still loaded. On first, it's James Latshaw. On second, Zach Nagy. And third, it's Brandon Contreras. There are 2 outs now. At the plate is Matthew Whitco. That one's going to be fouled off to the left side for strike 1. Shane Grant is on the mound for the Blues. No action in the bullpen. The count is 1-1. Big swing and a miss from Whitco for strike 2. Grant just one pitch away from ending the top of the 8th inning. The bases are loaded here at Sinsheimer.
All of a sudden, this becomes like the pitch of the game right here.
The tying run stands on second. The count is 1-2. The pitch is high for ball 2, and the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Matthew Whitco at the plate. The 2-2 swung on and sent foul over the third base side. And Whitco is battling in this at-bat. He is not letting it go easily. He sees his 3 teammates standing on the base pads. The score just 10-8. The 2-2. Big swing and a miss from Whitco. And Shane Grant gets out of the top of the 8th inning. The Conejo Oaks leave 3 runners on the pads. They score just 1 off of no hits. And the score is 10-8. The Blues will get another chance to swing their bats in the bottom half of this inning. What an outing by the Blues defense. The score, as I said, 10-8. The Oaks chasing 2, and we'll have it all here on the Blues streaming network.
Back here in San Luis Obispo, James Latshaw is on to pitch for Conejo. They'll drop the DH. His spot won't be due up for a while. But Latshaw comes in from DH to face 3-4-5 in this Blues order, starting with Brendan Comerford.
A little interesting, Brendan Comerford also kind of a pitcher for the Blues here this season. I mean, it's the first season in any collegiate way that he's stepped to the mound, and he's facing Latshaw, who we just saw in the lineup, as you said. He's going to hit that first one foul down the third base side.
Certainly interesting to see later in the game, but yeah.
Brendan Comerford, a walk, a double, and a single so far today. The Blues in dire need of a couple insurance runs here. I mean, the score now 10-8. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. The Oaks who scored one more run in the top half of the inning. It was Antwine who scored on an error by the second baseman, Diego Gonzalez. The 0-2 just misses for ball 1.
Latshaw as a pitcher enters with a 4.97 ERA, 1-0 on the year, 8 appearances, and 12.2 innings of work.
The 1-2, big swing and a miss from Brennan Comerford, and that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Latshaw with a strikeout to lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th. And that brings up Ethan Johnson. Johnson with 2 singles so far today, an RBI single in the 3rd, and then another in the 4th. He'll face Latshaw. First pitch is going to miss low for ball number 1. Boyle is going to go meet his pitcher on the mound, kind of calm him down a little bit. The sun is fully set here at Sinsheimer. The lights illuminating the field. It's a long talk with the catcher and pitcher here. Boyles will head back to the plate. It's Ethan Johnson. The count is 1-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. The Blues, who sent just 4 batters to the plate in the 7th and then just 3 in the 6th. A few more insurance runs here would be huge for the Blues team, especially that pitching staff, which has struggled a little bit here in today's game. I mean, to have a couple more runs, a little more cushion, especially seeing as the Blues will have to come back up in the top of the 9th and face the Oaks offense. A few runs here would be a nice comfort for those pitchers. That one misses for ball 2. The count is 2-1 to Johnson, the designated hitter for the Blues.
Question now becomes who will be on in the 9th for San Luis Obispo.
2-1 misses low and outside for ball 3. Not a lot of action, or really any action at all, in the Blues bullpen. It was Shane Grant who came in the top half of the 8th inning. We'll see if he will step to the mound once again. 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, low ball, misses for ball 4, and Ethan Johnson will head to the bases once again today. A base runner for the Blues for the bottom half of the order. It's Diego Murillo who will come up next. 1 out and a runner on first. Diego Murillo singled in the 3rd, followed by paired with 2 flyouts to center and a ground out to 3rd. Johnson stands over on first, a big lead from him. The first pitch is a called strike.
At this point, every insurance run matters for San Luis Obispo if they can get a little more support for whoever's going to come in and pitch this 9th inning. Like we said, not a whole lot of movement in the bullpen.
Throw over to first, gets away from the first baseman Aguilera, going for second, and now for third is Johnson. The the ball all the way back by the Blues bullpen, and Johnson all the way to third.
Never a doubt in his mind that Johnson was going to take 2 bags there. Ball went all the way down the right field line, almost in front of the training tent in the Blues bullpen. Very errant pickoff move there from Latshaw, cost Conejo 2 bags.
Didn't even hesitate over there at second. He just kept pumping for third, and it paid off. A runner now 90 feet away from scoring for the Blues. It's Diego Murillo at the plate. The count is 0-1. That one's going to miss in the dirt. Royals will keep it in front of him, but that'll be ball 1. One ball, one strike, one out, one runner on the pads for the Blues. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. The score is just 10-8. The Oaks chasing 2. Pitch, big swing up the middle of the field. That will score one more here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Diego Murillo, an RBI single, and the score is 11-8. A big run for the Blues. I mean, first of all, Ethan Johnson putting on the wheels with that error over by first base, that pickoff attempt that rolled all the way back to the Blues, a bullpen down the first base side. I mean, gets himself all the way to third and just trots home to score another run for the Blues here. Kyle Becker will now come to the plate. A runner stands on first now. It's Diego Murillo. He's going to hit that one to the left side of the field. It'll fall for strike 1. Kyle Becker reached base 3 times today. A single in the second, a walk in the third, and then another single in the 5th. Count is 0-1 with 1 out. Diego Murillo stands on first. Big lead. Pitch goes home. That's going to miss outside for ball 1.
Murillo left the bag a little bit early, took an extra secondary before his true secondary there, trying to catch Latshaw slipping. Had the errant pickoff move earlier, trying to induce another one. Smart base running.
Pitch is going to miss outside for ball 2. Yeah, I mean, to capitalize on mistakes there is huge, but then to recognize them and kind of try to repeat them is also a smart move by the shortstop over on first base, Diego Murillo.
That was the name of the game yesterday, capitalizing on mistakes for the Blues. A few errors in the field for Conejo yesterday. They've got 3 thus far tonight.
The 2-1 misses way outside for ball number 3. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kyle Becker at the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. The count is 3-1. The pitch is swung on and fouled to the backstop, and the count runs full. Kyle Becker at the plate, battling with Latshaw on the mound.
Was just a tad bit late on that one. If he had timed that up, I could definitely see that going right up the gap. These Oaks outfielders not exactly respecting the power, so to find a gap here would be huge, potentially to bring in a run with Murillo's speed.
The wind has now died. Off goes Murillo. It's a walk. So Kyle Becker will take first. Diego Murillo will advance to second base. And the Blues with 2 base runners, one of them in scoring position.
Great at bat by Becker there to foul off a couple, to work the count, get Latshaw's pitch count up there, and to eventually draw the walk, set the table for Rivas.
Sean Rivas now steps to the plate to face Latshaw. Rivas, a single in the second, strikeout in the third, a walk in the 5th, and then another strikeout in the 6th. Pitch is low. Off goes Murillo to third. The tag will be in time, and Murillo is out on the base pads. I mean, we were just talking about kind of the intellect he had over there on first, trying to draw another pickoff attempt, and then gets kind of caught lacking trying to steal for third there. I mean, he hesitated a little bit halfway across, and then, I mean, Voiles had him out clear as day, and that's out number 2.
Give credit where credit's due on both ends defensively. Voiles with a dot to Whitko, who put that tag down right where it needed to be.
That one's going to miss. Low one outside for ball number 2. Yeah, I mean, a great throw by Voiles there, especially considering a right-handed batter at the plate. He had to kind of get around Rivas there a little bit and still make the throw in time and in the right spot, and he did both of those perfectly. Count is 2-0. It's the catcher, Rivas, at the plate. The pitch is going to come in for strike number 1. Kyle Becker stands over on first, now the lone base runner for the Blues.
Toughness of the Oaks that stands out, but they are battling every day with a lot of their
2 balls and 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch misses low for ball number 3.
feeling if you're Laxton just wanting to get this over with up to 22 pitches.
Sean Rivas at the plate.
Gonzalez, who has been
The Blues have
to face this
put 1 more across the plate here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Oaks just 3 runs behind. The 2-1 is swung on and sent to the right side of the field. It's going to be caught by the first baseman Aguilera for out number 3, and that is it for the 8th inning. The Blues score 1 more run off of 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. The score 11-8. The Oaks are chasing 3 as we head into the top of the 9th.
Welcome back to Sinsheimer Stadium in San Luis Obispo, where the Blues lead the Oaks 11-8. We do want to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That game in San Francisco at Tom Lawler Field between the Seagulls and the Crawdads has gone final. The Crawdads won 5-1. They will gain win number 26 on the year. We'll see what happens the rest of the weekend, but that Walnut Creek game has gone final. They won against the Seagulls.
Shane Grant still on the mound for the Blues here in the top of the 9th inning. The Oaks with a 3-run deficit. The first batter at the plate, it's going to be Aguilera. He's seen ball 1 and strike 1 here in the top of the 9th. Pitch is going to miss outside for ball number 2. The Blues just 3 outs away from finishing this game. Pitch misses, is a called strike number 2, and the count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter of this inning. The Walnut Creek Crawdads, as you mentioned, they win another one, which makes it all the more difficult for the Blues to try to get that number 1 spot. A swing and the miss is out number 1, Aguilera. is heading back to the dugout. Shane Grant strikes out the leadoff batter here in the top of the 9th inning. Aiden Voiles will come to the plate now with 1 out. First pitch is laced over to the left side of the field. Big dive by Murillo. He'll send the ball over to first. It gets away from the first baseman, CJ Moran. It hits off the dugout. Voiles will stay at first. That'll be a hit to get to first. I mean, what an effort by Diego Murillo over there.
Had to go to his backhand. Once he recovered the ball off the dirt, he had to get up, turn his body as a right-hander. That's a hard turn to make. Your momentum's going in one direction and the play is in the other direction. So the fact that he got that in the first base vicinity was impressive. Luckily, that runner stayed put at first base.
Yeah, I mean, that runner, you could see him chugging it down to the first base. I mean, he knew that that was not a no-brainer. Diego Murillo, a feared shortstop, if I may, over there. I mean, his athletic ability is just outstanding. He sends that one over. I mean, makes an attempt to get to first base. It was not in time. It kind of trickled over into the bullpen, or sorry, to the dugout area. Sean Rivas backing it up over there. Kept Voiles over at first. Misses outside. The count is 1-1.
Often a thankless job as the catcher, hustling to get down there to back up a throw to first base in the gear and all, but they do it every single play, and in that case, saved an extra 90 feet.
Antoine at the plate now. He'll send that one the right side. It'll fall foul for strike 2.
The standings have been updated with that Walnut Creek victory. Their percentage now goes to .722, 26 wins, 10 losses. If this score were to hold here at Sinsheimer, the Blues would go to 31-13 and would have a 0.70 winning percentage, so no movement in the standings if the result holds.
That one gets way outside for ball 2. And the count is 2-2. Antoine at the plate. Shane Grant on the mound. The pitch is swung on and sent to the right side of the field. That one will drop in fair play. Kyle Becker misreads that one. It trickles back to the corner. Round comes Voiles. He will head home. The throw will go to third. It will not be in time. A RBI triple by Tyler Antoine, and the score is 11-9 here at Sinsheimer in the top of the 9th inning. Correction, it'll be a double in error for Antoine. Still, what an effort. I mean, out in right field, Kyle Becker kind of misreads that play and allows it to trickle all the way into the corner. So they'll call it an error, or sorry, they'll call it a double and an error advancing to third. Dean Trainer will, it looks like that'll be it for Shane Grant. They'll hand the ball over to, Brendan Comerford, I believe. We will let you know for sure if it's him when we get back. The score is now 11-9. It's the top of the 9th inning. We have it all here on the Blues Streaming Network. Brendan Comerford comes in to pitch here in the top of the 9th inning. He comes in for Shane Grant. A little bit of movement in the infield now. Over at second, it's Brady Alves, and taking over for Comerford at third, it's Diego Gonzalez. So he'll shift to the other side of the field. It's Brendan Comerford's 6th appearance on the season, and he will face the bottom of the order, Zach Mora. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Comerford an ERA of 3.18. Total of 6 hits against him so far on the season. Big swing and a miss from Mora for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A runner stands on third. It's Tyler Antwine. After a big RBI double, advances to third on the air. The 1-1. Just misses outside for ball 2.
It's interesting. I think Comerford has a unique advantage coming in to pitch, having already played the field. He's already warm. He's been in the batter's box a few times. A little bit different than a pitcher who's got to warm up in the bullpen and get the whole thing sorted out before they come in.
2-1, just misses inside, 3-1. Comerford, while over at third base, he's also had a chance to see these guys swing. I mean, he's not seeing it from a pitcher's perspective, but he has an idea firsthand of how these guys have been playing. That one's gonna miss low and outside. A ball 4 to Zach Mora. Runners on the corners.
Yeah, leadoff, or the first batter rather, that Comerford faces, he walks. Looking to get back in the zone here with runners on the corners.
The tying run just walked. He now stands on first. And the top of the order is at the plate. It's Brandon Contreras. There is 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. The Blues are up 11-9. First pitch is swung on, sent high over into right center field. Going back is Chavez and Becker. It falls. Incoming is Antwine. Round comes Mora. The throw will not be in time. The game is tied in the top of the 9th. A 2 RBI double from Brandon Contreras. It's a ball game here at Sinsheimer.
What a piece of hitting from Contreras. He put that basically on the warning track, and both runners were on the move to make it a tie game here. Wow, drama on a Friday night at Sinsheimer Stadium.
Contreras doing exactly what they needed him to do there. I mean, he finds the spot. You see the effort by both Becker and Chavez out there. I mean, neither one able to get there. That one was hit hard right in the gap. The score is now tied 11-11. It's the top of the 9th. There's just 1 out. A runner stands on second in scoring position. Now 1 hit over to right field. Incoming is Becker. He'll make the catch in the air for out number 2. Well, folks, it looks like we'll play a bottom half of this inning.
And it will be 8-9-1 for San Luis Obispo in that half, starting with Gonzalez, who's now over at third. But wow, how this game has flipped on its head, courtesy of Brandon Contreras.
And it looks like Latshaw will be in to hit now. He'll be up with a runner on second. There's 2 outs now. First pitch low and away for ball number 1. It's the top of the 9th. Count is 1-0. That one's going to foul off to the backstop for strike number 1. Brendan Comerford, who came in here for Grant, is now seeing the score tied 11-11. Count is 1-1. It's Latshaw at the plate. There's 2 outs and a runner on second. The pitch is swung on and sent foul over the first base side for strike number 2. Fans calling for their hot sauce in the heat of the moment. The count is 1-2. There's 2 outs. The pitch just misses outside, and the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner stands on second. Brendan Comerford on the mound.
Does it get more high pressure than this if you're Comerford?
The last Friday night here at Sinsheimer of regular season play. The 2-2. A called strike 3. Brendan Comerford finishes it out here in the top of the 9th. The score is 11-11. We will head into the bottom half of the inning. The Oaks scoring 2 more runs to tie it up in their last chance. We'll now head into the bottom of the 9th where the Blues will swing the bats. It's the bottom of the 9th inning. The ball game is tied 11-11. The Conejo Oaks score 3 more runs in the top half of the inning. It was Voiles who scored off of an RBI double from Antwine, and then a 2 RBI double from Brandon Contreras scores Mora and Antwine to tie up the game. At the plate now for the Blues, it's Diego Gonzalez. First pitch, strike number 1. The Blues in a walk-off position here. The score is 11-11. What a ball game it has been here at Sinsheimer. Little mound visit by Aiden Voiles. Let's take a look at the defensive changes for the Oaks. Now over at first, it's Tyson Reese. At second, it's Danny Aguilera. And over in right field, it's Zach Mora. So a lot of familiar names. Just Tyson Reese is gonna step to the field. It's Diego Gonzalez at the plate. The first, the second, and the shortstop all the way pushed back on the outfield line. The count is 0-1. The pitch misses outside for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. It's Diego Gonzalez, the second baseman. The 1-1. Misses high for ball number 2. A aura of silence kind of has fallen over the park here. I mean, everyone just holding their breath. This game has kind of gone back and forth between these two teams. The 2-1 swung on and sent to the right side of the field. That'll fall. Rounding first is Gonzalez. He'll head for second. The throw will not be in time. A leadoff double by Diego Gonzalez here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The game is tied 11-11.
And would you look at this, Dom Nahar, the chance to be the hero on his 21st birthday. The RBI is out there for him at second base with Gonzalez's leadoff double. Is it time to send these Blues fans home happy? Birthday boy, it is your call.
The winning run stands 180 feet away from home plate. It's Dominic Nahar at the plate, the number 9 batter. There's no outs here. It's the bottom of the 9th inning. He shows bunt. He lays that one down the first base side. It'll be Tyson Reese. He'll go for the tag. The tag was not made. The runner is safe at first. Tyson Reese fielded that one down the first baseline. He attempted to tag Dominic Nahar himself. He did not do it. Dom puts on the wheels down first baseline. He is safe. There are runners on the corners. 90 feet away stands Diego Gonzalez from finishing out this game.
How about the speed of Nahar to get down that line to evade that tag and to set the table for Mr. Chavez, who was 0 for 4 earlier in this game, got a hit in his last at-bat. And now the winning run stands 90 feet away.
At the plate now is the top of the order. It's Cesar Chavez. The intensity is high here. The entire Oaks infield stands on the grass. What a game it has been. Runners on the corners. Off going is Dominic Nahar. He'll take second safely. There was really no point in putting on the speed there. I mean, no one standing over at second. He was getting that base no matter what.
They go down in the scorebook as defensive indifference. But they'll give him the seat cushion here at Sinsheimer, 1-0.
It's Cesar Chavez at the plate. The pitch swung on and sent over to the shortstop. He'll bobble the ball, and the Blues win it! Diego Gonzalez scores off of an error. The Blues win it in the bottom of the 9th. A walk-off win for the Blues the last Friday.
Chavez is absolutely mobbed by his teammates in right center field, and deservedly so. San Luis Obispo, are you not entertained?
The fans jumping up and down, hugging their families in excitement. The Blues do it here at home. A beautiful Friday night under the lights for the boys in blue. And Diego Gonzalez touches home to end out this game. He gets on with a huge double out into right center field to get the momentum going here in the bottom of the 9th. What a game for the Blues.
Addy, I think I need to check my heart rate. I'm getting a notification on my Apple Watch that your heart rate has spiked.
I think this entire stadium needs to check their heart rate. I mean,
I agree.
We were sitting, we were standing, we were sitting, we were standing. I mean, this game had us going through the loop. What a win. That makes it 31 now on the season for the Blues. It's another career high. The final score is 12-11. What a game. I mean, first we have to give props to the Oaks. I mean, they come back. The score was 10-3 for quite some time throughout this game. I mean, they capitalize on the Blues bullpen. They capitalize on the runners, unfortunately unable to finish it out here on top, but they made it quite exciting in the bottom of the 9th, that's for sure. Sorry, the top of the 9th. Well,
yes, they did, given this Blues bullpen all they can handle here down the stretch. We talked all night long about the bullpen depth and how that might become an issue for Dean Traynor and his squad here in the final 2 games of the regular season heading into playoffs. But the offense shines through again. Cesar Chavez, even Nahar, the birthday boy, getting that bunt down and getting down the line to first. Every man had a contribution.
They did, and all of them putting in the effort. I mean, yeah, you mentioned Dom Nahar's bunt. I mean, that to the first base side, he tracked it down there. I mean, he put in the work to make it safe there. I mean, it was like everyone held their breath. The umpires waiting like 2 seconds to make the call there before saying he was safe, and made the difference there. The Blues win 12-11 here at Sinsheimer in the bottom of the 9th inning. A walk-off, an error by the shortstop, scores Diego Gonzalez. And that is it for Friday night games here at Sinsheimer in regular season play. Hopefully we'll be back here next Friday. I'll knock on wood. The Blues take it tonight against the Conejo Oaks. The final score is 12-11. It has been a pleasure being here with you today. It's Jacob